on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5. This is your home for Chiefs. CFM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City in Odyssey Sports Station.
I don't know why, but I feel spicy today.
It sure seems like it, Dusty. Yeah. I hope you get recognized on a golf course someday near you.
Well, Ian Rappaport didn't get recognized.
Did not get recognized on a golf course, and he's upset about that.
If you recognize me on a golf course, say something, and I'll buy the beers. We'll shotgun them, and we'll go on with our day.
Yeah, you just say, hi, how you doing? Good to see you. But this Ian Rappaport up here, man, thinks the world. There's nobody more. There's no group of people with a bigger ego than insiders for these sports leagues, and they're all about 5'1". Every single one of them, right? And they all have this ego like they are these, God's gift and whatever. Imagine the balls on somebody to complain on NFL Network that they weren't recognized on a golf course.
Were you recognized in Cancun?
Never.
Nobody recognized you down there.
No one recognized that laugh?
No.
Hola, hombre. Hey, 96.5, man.
Not a lot of Kansas Cityans down there at the in
No.
Cancun. No, kind of the off season, hurricane season down in Mexico right now.
Mac Mori.
Exactly.
Did you have a good trip?
I don't know why it's Italian.
It was great.
Good.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yes, it was awesome. Beautiful. First time out of the country, so it was a really cool experience. First time in like a resort. It was cool. Yeah, great food, great tacos.
Awesome.
Yes,
Awesome.
Very
Good.
glad to be back.
Good. Glad you had a good time, man.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, man.
All you ate was tacos?
A lot of tacos. Had a cheese quesadilla.
Metaphorically speaking?
Yeah,
Easy.
I just want to win,
Do you
Jen.
celebrate Tuesdays in Cancun like you celebrate Tuesdays in Overland Park?
Yeah, every day was a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
for
Do they have
sure.
Surfside down there?
Yep, no Surfside.
No
Gotta get it.
Surfside down there?
No
Gotta get it
Surfside.
down there, man.
Yeah,
we gotta do a show down
Did
there.
you get some tequila down there?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
So when
yeah.
you go to the swimming bar, is it always a beer to start off? You don't drink beer. Is it like a shot and then do you go to the cocktail or do you kind of slowly fade into it?
I was just doing straight cocktails
Good.
most of the
Yeah.
time.
Man.
Yeah, a
7 and 7?
couple Coronas here and there to like lighten up.
La playa awaits.
Yeah, like nice beer. It tastes better down there on the beach, doesn't it? Everything tastes
yes.
better on the beach,
Everything
even if
does.
you're not a beer drinker or a tequila
Seriously.
drinker
You
or
need
whatever it is,
Vegemite
man.
sandwich with a smile on your face at the
Yes,
beach, man.
Yeah, right. Even that would taste good down there. That's garbage.
But no, it was fun, man. I'm glad to be back. A lot of things have happened since I've been gone.
Not really, no.
not
Not much.
really.
Binkley still, hasn't, got up off the couch
Oh,
because
you did miss this. Bob and I are Yankees fans, by the way.
Oh, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, we talk
didn't last long.
about an iconic moment that happened, and I've got some Kyle tweet me about he listened to WFAN and how Bob and I were, glazing the Yankees.
Oh,
and,
the Aaron Judge moment?
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah, the Aaron Judge moment was big.
we do
Yeah,
sports
man.
radio,
moment.
and God forbid we talk about sports radio stuff. And then,
He had the most pressure on him in playoffs.
where's your pinstripes, boys?
Yeah, but he came through. He was the only one again last night who hit for the Yankees. The narrative of Aaron Judge not coming through in the big moment now is officially
That's
done.
done.
Yeah, I mean, now he does still need to win that championship. We'll talk to Ben Maller about that coming up at 7:15 because there are still about 3 guys that need to win that championship, and Aaron Judge obviously is one of those. But no more is the narrative that he doesn't come through in the big moments because he carried this Yankees team, into the postseason. And I think every baseball fan, every sports fan can appreciate those moments. Those are big-time stars doing big-time things and doing things that we're not capable of doing. I think people forget that when you watch professional sports or even collegiate sports for that matter, we're watching guys do things that we can't do, no matter how hard we try, no matter how much work we put in. I guess I shouldn't speak for Spectre on this one,
Coach
right?
would have put me in. We'd have won state.
Yeah, exactly. That guy sitting around. If you're that guy sitting around that thinks you can do what these guys are doing, you've got a screw loose, a big-time screw
Well, Drew
loose.
can get a hit off or a bunt off of Paul Skeens.
It's true.
Yeah, okay. He's got a screw loose too. He was tweeting about Missouri State, Middle Tennessee last night. So you want to talk about screws loose? I mean that's
man,
one
Bears
right
are
there,
local,
right?
dude.
Yeah, okay.
Bobby Petrino
is that Bobby
coached there.
Petrino's team?
Neck brace and all. One word to describe Bobby Petrino.
Chode.
Yeah, pretty much.
We discovered that word yesterday. Dusty and I we realized we had a shared liking for it. I've used that word for years, and people have always looked at me and go, I don't even know what that word means. Why are you saying that?
You know that Bob, like, levitated when I said, I was like, that guy's just a chode. He's like, you know that word? I'm like, duh.
Yes,
like,
it's a great word.
For sure, dude.
Good. I'm glad you know it too.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. Yeah.
Been on, yes.
Chode.
Is what I was yesterday because I talked about Aaron Judge hitting a home run.
God forbid.
You know what? I was an Eagles fan last year, I guess, when Saquon Barkley backwards hurdled over a guy.
I love
Where's
watching
your
this
fly,
stuff.
Eagles fly, man.
Chode.
I just love watching athletes do things that we are not capable of doing.
Yeah.
That's why we watch sports, man. Like
It's kind of vague, though, because like I can't do anything they do.
that's exactly right.
I can't dribble.
Right. You can't hit a baseball. You can't throw a football. That's why it's so special
Well,
when
it's
we
awesome.
watch it and we act like we've got all the answers, right? We're fans. This guy sucks throwing the bat. Blah, blah, blah. You get up there and you do it, right? You see what you can do in these tough situations. And so if anybody's still criticizing Aaron Judge, they're nuts as well because he got it all taken care of from not being able to come through in the big moment. He did his job in the postseason. Nobody else did theirs last night from an offensive standpoint for the Yankees, and so they are eliminated. And Toronto moves on to the first ALCS since 2016, man. So it's been a while for them to kind of get back in there. And then you got Seattle and Detroit tied going to a fifth game. We got some good baseball yesterday too.
I like this. These couple of texts from the text line. One of them is just Mac. Missed you, buddy, from Elastigirl.
Wow.
Oh,
Elastigirl.
Elastigirl.
I've
Oh.
been pounded this week.
Oh, you also know you did miss one thing while you were gone.
Oh, yeah.
Maloney changed his name to Hunter, so
Hunter.
it's Hunter Maloney now.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you change your name to Hunter and send it to Bush Light, and they select you, you get free beer for life. For a year.
Yeah.
Free beer for a year.
Was it just a year or was it for life? Was it just a year? Okay.
I can't remember. Either way, it's
Either
free
way,
beer.
it's free beer, yeah.
Hunter Maloney.
Hunter
Yeah,
Maloney.
so Hunter
Sounds good.
Maloney, he's changed his name, yeah.
And then somebody said on the 816, Judge needs to realize he can't win in New York. He might as well just come hit behind Bobby.
There we go.
I don't hate that idea. Could you imagine Judge and Bobby in the same lineup for the Royals?
You need an outfield bat.
You do, and I even suggested it to you the other day. I said I think the Royals should trade for him during the hot moments that he was having. I mean, how could you, like, if you're JJ Piccolo and you're waking up today and you're not calling the Yankees and saying, hey, is Aaron Judge available? Are you really doing your job? Are you really doing your job, JJ? Because I know people call about Patrick Mahomes. I know that for a fact. It's a joke call, right? Hey, is Patrick available? But maybe you catch Brian Cashman in a weak moment today, and Hal Steinbrenner in a weak moment. He goes, "Hey, is Aaron Judge available? Yeah. What do you want? We'll give you Lugo. Fine, done. Like you hit them when they're down right after losing in the playoffs, and see what you can get. Judge and then Bobby in the lineup together would be an epic, back to back. I mean, I don't know that we've seen better. Quite honestly, I don't know that we've ever seen better in sports than if you had Judge and Bobby Witt Jr. in back to back, in their primes, right?
Hypothetically, would like Garcia and Noah Cameron even we're not still sniffing now.
No. If we have to give up Noah Cameron and Garcia,
There's only one name that you could trade Aaron
Yeah.
Judge for, and you
Yes.
know that name.
Yes.
with Cags, right?
No.
I do Cags straight up for Judge right now.
Wow, bold.
Bold, right? You know what? You know what? I would throw in Hochevar too. I would
Nice.
throw in Luke Hochevar and Cags straight up.
And you
Let's
can throw
go.
in that manager Q. He's better than Boone. I want Q out of here.
Yeah. So let's do it. Let's make the push for Aaron Judge. How serious are the Royals about winning? Because if they're serious, they acquire Aaron Judge this offseason.
Somebody said if you change your name to Bush Hunter, would you automatically win? I would select you.
I believe that's why they probably came up with that name. It's not the camo cans.
Would you like to meet me at Green Lady Lounge for a couple cocktails? I would. It says your profile name is Bush Hunter. I can explain. I think we should see other people. Fair enough.
Fine.
At least I got my Bush Light to sit back on.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll understand one day. Bush Hunter.
Binkley's changed his name. He's Hunter Binkley now.
there we go.
He did. Yep, he changed his
Nice
name.
ring.
Yeah, it's J. Hunter Bush Bigley.
Yeah, the letter J.
Yeah.
J. Period Hunter Bush. Yeah.
It's actually a silent J. It's pronounced Yay. Like Jan
all over the
Jones.
place.
Jan, yeah.
Yay, Binkley. I think yesterday, Mac, he said an entire paragraph without taking a breath.
Oh, dang, I missed
Yeah,
it.
And
it
it
was
was
good.
all on Conference USA.
Yeah, it was. It was about Conference
Literally.
USA. Yeah.
Like, you know how you look in the audio of News Boss and you can tell where the questions come because it sometimes peaks?
Yeah.
It was just like a run-on of just
Jay.
And then I said to-
Mac Conference, Tennessee State, Missouri State, they're going to play tonight. There's never going to be a football game without a football game until November 24th and 26th is the trade deadline. And 4th it was just nonstop.
And I'll ask you the same question I asked Dusty. Name somebody in Conference USA.
Oh, no.
No, he couldn't. And we looked at the names. You don't know who any of these schools are.
UTEP, come on.
I think UTEP was in there.
Missouri State.
Jackson State.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, it's easy. Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee
Oh,
State.
I should have known that one.
Got yourself
MTSU.
a football fan, Mac. Let me tell you about Conference USA.
Liberty.
It's got USA in it.
I'm good.
Yeah, Liberty. Conference USA houses Liberty.
Liberty.
Yeah, Bink's rooting for Liberty.
Woo.
Chode.
I was doing some research on that word, and they said that word gained popularity because of Beavis and Butthead in 1993.
Must have. I guess that's where I got it from then.
Yeah.
It had to have been.
It's like it was created in like 1968, and it didn't mean what we mean it as. It had an actual meaning of like, basically it was like calling a man weak. Like that guy's a chode, right? Like that was like the weakness. And then it turned into a fallacy.
Yeah.
And then
Hey,
it said,
Beavis, you're a chode.
yeah, and then it turned it literally says the definition like gained a lot of popularity from the popular show Beavis and Butthead in 1993.
It's the subliminal stuff that you don't know you pick up by watching things, right? Like, where did I hear that before? Oh, Beavis and Butthead.
That show's still on.
I know it is.
Crazy.
That and The Simpsons still going.
So I have to ask, though, on Tuesday, was it more frustration or panic from everyone?
A lot of people mad at Harrison Butker and Chris Jones.
Chris Jones. That's really where it was.
That's
I don't
fine.
think anybody's frustrated with the team because, I mean, they were good. They were really good. They just had 13 penalties, and Chris Jones took the day off. And then Harrison Butker kicked it out of bounds. And so those are the three things that people are pointing back to.
Completely fair.
13 penalties, Chris Jones sleeping, and then Harry Butker doing whatever Harry Butker does. I don't understand what Harry Butker's all about at this point in time, and I know he's just somebody that I just can't rely on at this point.
Yeah, and then
that was rough.
it was also awesome to see from like the national media there was like the Chiefs were fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is reassuring.
Yeah, because you know my boy, Colin.
Oh, yeah.
This is
I'm telling you, Kansas City's coming, and they're coming fast. Kansas City averaged 7.6 yards a play. Before last night, a team that averaged 7.5 yards a play had won 33 straight games. I don't care what the final outcome was. Jacksonville's a ridiculous winning team, but I was impressed with a team that lost. Yards per play, first down, rushing, red zone. Kansas City's a better team. They're a very young team, and they had 13 penalties. Andy Reid is going to coach those mistakes out of them. I think Kansas City's good and getting better, so congrats to Duval. But this morning, I feel Kansas City's a better team.
Yeah, that's
Love it.
I mean, that's yeah. No, but that's
He's back.
But that's exactly what
Yeah.
needs to be said.
Yeah,
that's
that's
exactly
right.
what
It
needs
just
to be
needs
said.
to be said.
I didn't
Yeah.
leave impressed with Jacksonville at all in that game.
Well, I mean, I don't.
They're mid. They're fine.
They're fine, but there's nobody that's impressive right now in the NFL. Everybody's losing games. Nobody's a well-oiled machine. There's not great teams out there. There's some good teams out there, and the Chiefs are right in the middle of that category. I mean, you got to get one this week, and you got to play desperate this weekend, obviously, against the Lions. But, I mean, it's easy to fix what went wrong in that game. Stop committing penalties, and Chris, we're paying you show up on game day, and Harry, stop kicking it out of bounds and make your damn kicks. Like, I mean, you look at it, quite honestly, the three losses we talked about, all three losses are because stars didn't do what they were supposed to do. Chris Jones, Harry Butker, Travis Kelce, and then, Mahomes threw the interception. I'm not mad at him. It was a great play by Lloyd. I still look at that play and go, that was a hell of a play by Lloyd. He was fantastic on that play. Like, just the best disguise of a zone blitz that I've ever seen.
And how often does that go 99 yards?
Hardly ever.
Yeah,
Never had before.
Yeah, never had. Yeah.
Mahomes' career never happened before. He never thrown a
crazy.
pick in the red zone and went back to the house.
Right. So, I mean, all these little things, like, they're all correctable type stuff. It's not like, as we've talked about, Mac, you were in Mexico, so you missed it. It's not like we're going, well, we don't have a quarterback, or we're trading for something like, Joe Flacco or something like that. They need to play smarter football, and their stars need to start playing better. That's it.
You did miss your boys hitting a 3-leg parlay with our Chiefs bet. Our Chiefs parlay hit.
Really?
Yep.
What was Nathan's leg?
He had
Isaiah Pacheco.
Well, we're not going
over.
to talk about Nathan's leg.
Yeah, we don't.
We'll talk about Travis's
personal.
leg.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Bob had, of course, the Kelce touchdown.
Classic.
Nathan had 29.5 rushing yards for Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, like 32.
So
and-
he stayed true to what I would have done anyways. Great.
Chode.
And then I also found the most ridiculous line I ever found. Tyquan Thornton, do you want to guess what his over-under on yards were for receiving?
Oh, you're making it ridiculous. I don't know, 15 and a half?
16 and a half.
Oh, was it 16 and a half? Yeah.
16 and a half. Third play of the game, 24-yard.
Yeah, it's one play.
It was plus 800. Your boys cashed.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, dude.
A lot of people made money.
Let's
Go back to Mexico.
Yeah, most of the time we've lost, though, so this is the first time we've won. Yeah.
Exactly.
And by
Total
the way,
Gambler
and by the
Anonymous
way,
right
now that
there.
you're back this weekend. Chiefs 35-0. Travis Kelce anytime.
That's right. It's going to happen.
Hey, Mac, defend Chris Jones on the other side. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear Mitch Holtis every Friday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, life is busy. We all know that, right? No matter what you have going on in life, it is always very busy. And you're looking for those easy ways to take care of business, right? Well, Hy-Vee is here to help. I know with my kids right now being in high school, we're busy every single night of the week. It's hard to get to the store. Let Hy-Vee take care of everything for you with the convenience of ordering your groceries with Hy-Vee's Aisles Online. It's simple. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items, and Hy-Vee does all the shopping. All you have to do is pick up your order or have it delivered to your home. So try it today. New customers will get $10 off your first Aisles Online purchase with code. Save time, save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee. Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is GiveMeTheVin.com. We love to buy cars, and you're going to love GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Football season is big beef season. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution and taste the steaks, burgers, and even Wagyu hot dogs that are changing the way America eats beef. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouth-watering Wagyu every day. And their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. And now, Booth Creek is offering same-day delivery. Perfect for last-minute gatherings when you need Wagyu fast. Now available in-store, online, and same-day delivery. BoothCreekWagyu.com. Discover the latest HVAC, plumbing, and trade solutions with companies like A.O. Smith and 20-plus other vendors at the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase. Thursday, October 23rd, 3 to 6 at J. Rieger & Co. Distillery. Plus, enjoy complimentary food, drinks, tours, prizes, and networking.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Member Week is back at Lowe's with big savings for pros. Now through October 15th, My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, building materials, and more. Plus, get free standard shipping. Shop these exclusive member-only savings before they're gone. Not a rewards member? Join for free today. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
You don't need to be a financial MVP right out of the gate. At Main Street Credit Union, we're here to coach you through it. No matter where you're at, lining up for your first play or deep in the game, we'll help you move the ball forward. From building credit to launching a business. Because here, it's not just about money, it's about progress and having a team that's got your back. Learn more at mainstreetcu.org.
Century Roofing remains the best roofing company to call for insurance claims from storm damage, roof repair, and inspections throughout Kansas City. They were just voted as both the best roofing company in Johnson County for the 4th straight year and the best roofing company in all of Kansas City by readers of the Johnson County Post and the KC Star. So trust the pillars of strength and go with locally owned and female-owned Century Roofing at CenturyRoofingKC.com.
Century Roofing, trust the pillars of strength.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Community America Credit Union. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union. Invested in you. Cody and Gold are broadcasting live tomorrow from Community America Credit Union's Red Friday tailgate in Raymore. Located at 1400 West Foxwood Drive. Meet the Chiefs cheerleaders and Casey Wolf. Grab Chiefs gear and win tickets to the Chiefs vs. Lions game this weekend. This Friday, only at Community America Credit Union in Raymore.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound, 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back in on Thursday here on 96.5 The Fan. Wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Jackson Dart's mother returns to the television screen tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Smash it.
Philadelphia to the Meadowlands tonight.
Hello, America.
Big day for Jackson Dart. His first national TV game. His mom's first national TV game.
Taking on them Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh, who had a team meeting for what? What was it, 2 hours or something? The team meeting. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. They were just waiting for that loss so they could all explode and implode, man. I don't know which way Philadelphia is going to go. They're either going to take off or it's going to be an utter disaster, man.
Like, we've never had a 2-hour meeting.
Ever.
No.
Ever.
Like, I think the first time we ever got together was at a Waffle House, and we left in an hour.
Yeah.
Because there was a blood-stained skirt outside in the parking lot, and I don't know what was going on, but I know we had to leave.
Yeah.
Or was it a scarf?
It was a scarf.
Scarf. It was a scarf. Yeah. Not a skirt. Scarf.
Forgot about that.
Skirt, scarf, tomato. But yeah, exactly. A 2-hour meeting.
That's
like,
ridiculous.
These guys are together all the time. I mean, they really are. Literally, they get there like now, and they're there all day. Like, you have to have another 2-hour meeting on top of that to figure things out. Winners win, losers meet. And so it's going to be very interesting to see where the mindset of that Philadelphia franchise is tonight. Long trip to New York for them. That 90-minute trip is going to be very difficult for them to make. And so we'll see what happens on Thursday night. I hope Jackson Dart goes out there and plays well. I think Philadelphia wins the game, but man, I hope Jackson Dart goes out there and plays well and kind of shows you where he is. So when they hire Harbaugh next year for their coach, they'll be good.
They're not going to fire
John.
They're not gonna, literally went on a show this week with these people that love Baltimore, and they're like, I think Harbaugh's getting fired. I'm like, yeah, but talk to Alex Gold. He doesn't think so.
It's not happening to him.
Not happening.
But it could be the same situation that Andy suffered in Philadelphia. It's just time. It's just time to move on. And it's time to separate. Like, I'm always, who are you going to get? Who's going to be better? I don't know who the answer is. And Harbaugh's a good one, right? He'll be great with the Giants or the next team that he goes to, because he will go to another team. I feel
First
like
coach hired.
Yeah, he'll be hired like Andy was in October of the year before. I mean, this thing is starting to dissipate, as we know, in Baltimore. And if it's not working out, you're not going to move on from Lamar. It's harder, I think, to find a quarterback than it is to find a coach. And so you're going to need a new change of voice. He's been there almost 20 years, and it happens to the best of them. I mean, nobody stays there. I mean, Tom Landry got fired in Dallas, for God's sakes. I mean, Don Shula eventually moved out. Belichick got fired. Like, these guys move on.
Mutual parting of ways with Belichick.
Well, I'm sorry. Are you talking about North Carolina? Is that the news from North Carolina?
No,
or is that
that's
New England?
That's what he says with New England.
There was no mutual parting of ways.
On,
hey, I'm the owner. I don't want you here anymore. All right, I'll leave. Yeah, okay, that's a mutual parting of ways. But no, I mean, I just think, when you've been in a place that long, sometimes it's good for a change of scenery for everybody involved. The messaging gets stale. And so I would not be shocked if this thing continues to dissipate in Baltimore, if they do end up parting with Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh and he decides to move on to somewhere else. But he'll be hired the next day. I mean, he'll have a job immediately if he wants to. Now, some of these guys want to take some time off, but if he wants to, he'll be the first guy hired.
Yeah, as he should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Philly loses tonight, the panic will really start.
Yep.
Because I didn't think, were you guys impressed with Denver?
No. I'm not impressed with anybody right now in the NFL. I'm really not.
Impressive.
The what?
Fourth quarter was impressive.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they were good in the fourth quarter. Absolutely.
Bo Nix was giving me vibes of like, were we too early? And then the fourth quarter hit. I'm like, that's when you need it.
But also, Philadelphia didn't help matters for themselves in that game. They threw the ball every single down. They didn't run in the second half at all.
Denver's interesting because their defense is insane. Benito's like your leader in sacks this year. He's he's getting a sack every game, and
he has more sacks than Chris Jones has tackles.
Well, Mac thinks tackles are an overrated stat
for defensive linemen. We could talk about it, but we can get into that. Yes. Don't think
what about standing there scratching your ass? Is that an overrated stat?
Absolutely. No, we can talk about that play specifically. I think they're two different conversations.
Yeah, but there are multiple videos of Chris Jones on multiple plays scratching his ass in that Jacksonville game.
In that Jacksonville game specifically. Would agree. Yeah, there's right to have frustration.
Yeah,
you should be frustrated.
You can't take plays off.
I just don't think tackles is the way to judge.
No, I know it's not.
Jalen Carter has 3 tackles. No one's having a referendum on his career.
Correct. But Chris Jones doesn't really have any sacks this year. Like he's been a non-existent player. I mean, he's been a 0 this year, right? He's been a 0%er this year for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's offered nothing to the party so far. Like if you're going to have 3 or 4 tackles, I'm cool with that. I'm with you. It doesn't matter from that number standpoint. It is funny that Chase has more tackles than Chris Jones. Like that's funny. Ha ha ha. Now if Chris Jones had 5 sacks, I'm fine with that. You're getting to the quarterback. You're making plays. You're doing those type of things. Chris Jones has done nothing so far this year in 5 games that you can look at and go, okay, there he is. He's back. Chris Jones. What has Chris Jones offered to the party in the first 5 games of the year? The first game, he's well out of position. That ended up costing them, at the end there. The Jacksonville game, clearly out of position. He paid for a good ticket, I guess, and wanted to watch. and so, I mean, we've had 2 games where Chris Jones has been totally like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
100% when you needed that guy to be there.
Yeah,
no, I get that.
Yeah.
I would just say that I would judge it like I judge defensive backs, kind of like teams run away from Chris Jones just like they don't pass towards Trent McDuffie,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
So we don't judge a cornerback based on the interceptions or passes defended he has, right? So I think it's the pressures and the pressure win rate. He's still top 5 in those categories, top 5 in double teams as well. So,
but are you noticing him make a difference?
He is not the difference maker he was even last year, but especially 2 years ago. Right
Yeah,
now.
he
needs to be a game wrecker at times. He's not done that.
Well,
I agree.
Maybe he doesn't have it anymore, guys. And I mean, it's okay to have that conversation. Age catches up with everybody. And Chris Jones for the last 2 years really hasn't been that good, right? I mean, he's been okay. He's made some plays. He's done some things. But you're one of the highest paid, highly thought of leaders on this team. I need more. That's where the expectation comes in, right? When you make a certain amount of money and you play a sport, we have higher expectations for you. We have higher expectations for the guy with the C on their chest. We have higher expectations for, the guys that have been around for a long time, that have been veterans in this league. Like, you need to live up to where you are. And if you're not, then we have to talk about why. And if we're looking at Chris Jones right now, I think it is fair to talk about age. I mean, the guy was drafted almost 10 years ago, right? I mean, it's a long time to play in the NFL. It's, 3 times longer than the normal NFL average career that he's already put in plus, And so I look at Chris Jones and I'm like, yeah, he's not playing great. He was a great player for this team, and he may have to move into a spot where he's just a 3rd down pass rusher at this point in time. Now, the problem is, can we get some of the younger guys to step up to be those guys on the defensive lines on 1st and 2nd down? down to give Chris Jones that opportunity. Because if he's getting up there in age and doesn't have it anymore because he's older, I understand that. There's nothing to be mad about from that standpoint. But we have to start figuring out how to utilize maybe Chris Jones differently, and maybe because of where he is and what he's doing right now and the age starting to get in the way, maybe he's only a third down pass rusher at this point in his career. I don't know that answer. I'm just using that as a suggestion of like, how do we maximize Chris Jones? Maybe he is just a third down pass rusher at this point in his career.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones, and you're listening to 96.5 The Fan.
It's happened. How many times did that happen this week? Yeah.
Bob crushed Chris Jones twice this week, and both times the other side promotion was, wake up, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones.
This is Chris Jones. I mean, it was.
And you're listening to Bob Fescoe rip my ass.
But it's funny because people think like Nathan was doing it on purpose or whatever. Like,
random.
Like it's just random. The break ended. We go to break. Hi, this is Chris Jones. It couldn't have been timed any worse or whatever.
I think that.
But look, it's fair to have the conversation. It's not being negative towards Chris Jones.
So you want them to do to him what they're doing to Travis Kelce on the offensive side?
I think so. I think he's. I'm looking. But that's the thing. You can't because you don't have the people to do that, right?
Well, where's Noah Gray been? I mean, that's
no on defense.
I know. I'm saying offense. You say we don't have anybody on defense to do it with Chris Jones. We were doing Travis. I don't know where Noah Gray's been.
Well, you can go into different formations. You've got all these wide receivers. You've got running backs. You can go. You don't need a tight end on the field. You go 5 wide. I mean, you could. There's
still where's Noah Gray?
No, it's a different conversation. Yeah, where the hell?
Didn't they give that guy like $14 million?
Maybe more.
Yeah.
$18 million.
I think it was 18. Yeah.
The hell's he been this year?
Yeah.
2 catches or something like that.
Yeah, he's been non-existent. But I'm not worried about. You're not losing games because of Noah Gray.
No, I understand.
You know?
Of course not. Just
but offensively, but offensively, you can do different things. You can come up with different packages, different plays, different stuff like that just doesn't include the tight end. Defensively, that's harder to do, on your defensive line especially. But that's where you want, like maybe later in the season, right? This team starts winning games. All right, we're in the playoff, situation. We're talking about seeding and all that kind of stuff. All right, we're late in the year. We're going to make the playoffs. Chris, hey, here's what we're going to do for, the end of December and early January maybe is that we're going to utilize you only on third downs because Norman Lott and Gelati and all these other guys have gotten better. Like we got 2 rookies, remember, on the defensive line. It's hard to play in the NFL right away, right? And so it takes time. It takes a couple of weeks. Sometimes it takes a year for some of these guys to really grasp what they're doing in this league. And so I think as the weeks go on, if we see improvement out of Norman Lear, out of Ashton Gelati, out of Jerry Tillery, maybe Derek Nottie decides to show up this year.
Well, he's rated the worst defensive lineman in the league.
He stunk.
And they let Pennell go for this guy.
Yeah, right. That's a bad move right there. I'll criticize Brett Veach on that one. You let Mike Pennell go and you backfilled with Derek Nottie. That was a miss. That was an absolute miss, on
Derek
that one.
Nottie there.
Yeah.
Derek Nottie.
Yeah. Derek Nottie going to play here much longer if he keeps,
He's had about as much production as Josh Uche.
Yeah.
And yet he's doing something.
Great.
What the hell?
What
What's
happened
going on
there?
with the D-line?
Yeah,
man.
Seriously.
I don't know.
Who is the defensive line coach for this team? I mean, maybe that's the guy we need to start talking about. And like maybe that guy needs to do his job better.
To have an actual conversation about this team before we dive into the Detroit matchup and all that sort of hoopla, this is the one spot on this team that is atrocious. Like the offensive line has gotten better.
It's really good right now.
Like it's starting to gel and form. And
love it.
Kingsley was great. When
it's
he
been
went to
10
Cancun.
really good quarters.
Secondary, they're struggling because of the defensive line, in my opinion. I think when you have to cover some of the greatest athletes for 4 seconds, that's tough.
Yeah.
The safeties could get better, but again, like, what are you asking to do? Like, stay out there on an island for 4 or 5 seconds?
Yeah, there you go.
Tough.
If we're not getting to the quarterback, we're not.
The D line's not there. Like Karlaftis is there.
He's doing well.
They're skewed.
Yep.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. They're skewed.
Like,
those pressure numbers to me, I'm like, that seems inflated, man.
He's tied or he's right behind Aiden Hutchinson.
Tied with Aiden Hutchinson.
Who leads the league in pressures for a defensive end. And then it's George Karlaftis.
Yeah, but if you look, George is all over the place this year. He's working his ass off. Who's on the other side? Where's Charles Omenihu been?
At least had a sack in the last game. But, yeah, he's been non-existent before.
I mean, did you see him on that last play when Chris Jones was watching? He probably saw this. Chris, did you see this where Charles got pancaked?
Because
he did.
He did? No, he got pancaked.
He did. No, and if he was up, that play is not just Chris Jones' fault. But seeing Chris Jones stand there, you're like, what the hell?
Because, honestly, for the first 3-4 weeks of the season, we were like, go get Breece Hall. Go get Devon Achane. Go get all this. Not anymore. We're not.
No.
Now it's like, Go get Cam Jordan.
Yeah.
Go get Jeffrey Simmons. Go get somebody on a bad team for the defensive line. You need defensive line help.
100%.
Like,
See why we let things play out before we make rash decisions in week one? Like everybody, this guy. No, we got let's let things play out. Let's see where we are. Brashard Smith has been a stud, man.
He's
like
burst.
that's a seventh round pick to put up on the wall again. I mean that's an unbelievable. That's a pelt on the wall for Brett on that one, right? Like holy cow, Brashard Smith the last 2 weeks has been unbelievable. Like I love what I see. And I love that we're seeing more. Each week it's seemingly now it's more and more and more. I hope we get a lot of Brashard Smith this week. He's great. I mean, he can catch the ball. He can run the ball. He's great on special teams. He would have been awesome. He would have been your special teams player of the week if Jack Cochran took the day off.
He's very similar to, I don't know if the pass protection will get there, but he's got a lot of McKinnon sort of vibes.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he really does. Yeah, the pass protection. I was reading a story about, and this is where it's hard to play in the NFL, and even at the college level. I was reading a story yesterday about Derrick Henry's first couple of practices at Alabama when he was a freshman, right? And he goes, after like practice number 3, he goes, Nick Saban comes up to me, he's in my face, and he's screaming, you need to start blocking better. You need to do this. And Derrick Henry looked at him, and he goes, Coach, I don't know what you're talking about. In high school, they just gave me the ball and told me to run. I didn't do anything else. And Nick Saban started laughing because he realizes like that's the jump from high school to college. And now we're asking these guys to go from college to the pros. And, you were drafted. You're expected to be this stud. Well, Gelati and Lear are going to get better as time goes on. It takes time. I mean, that's Derrick Henry, one of the greatest running backs of all time, looking at Nick Saban and going, they just gave me the ball and ran, man. I didn't know anything else about football. They just told me to run. And so you got to learn these things. And I'm sure what these guys did in college, 6 months ago is nothing similar to what they're doing right now. And they're going to get better. They're going to improve. And then once they do, then you can give Chris Jones lesser plays because you've got these younger guys that are doing what they need to do on that line to give him the opportunity to do that. Take some plays off and stay fresh for when you really need them on third down to get to the quarterback.
I think you're right, though, Dusty. That is the addition. That is where the addition is needed. It is the D-line.
Yeah, there's no other place to add anything except like if you're going to look at kicker, I would be auditioning kickers. I'd be bringing in every kicker, just even if you're not going to sign them. But the message needs to be sent to Harry, like we're not going to tolerate this anymore.
I think because help's on the way of the receiving core, which you don't need, but it's coming, right? Like that's going to be there.
Wow. Yeah. This offense put up 500 yards the other night.
Still lost, and because. Defensive line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trevor Lawrence saw that thing open up and he just took off. And, that just adds so much weight when they can't create that sort of pressure or that sort of moment. And if you've ever needed a opportunity to show that you've still got it, it's this weekend against this team.
Yep.
Like this team and their offense, it's quick. They're going to run right through the gaps. Like they are going to send David Montgomery right through that A gap every time he gets the ball, and they're going to send Jahmyr Gibbs outside. And that's how they run the ball. It's coming. It's like a pitcher that's dominated in baseball. Here comes my fastball. Can you hit it? I bet you can't. I'm going to throw it, and I guarantee it's going to be it. Like Mariano Rivera for years threw a 93-mile-an-hour cutter inside on the hand and just wiped out the competition. You knew it was coming. It wasn't overpowering.
You couldn't do anything about it.
That's what Detroit's going to do. And if you give Jared Goff 4 seconds, I'm sorry, and I'm just going to say this. I am in fear of what Jameis Williams will do and what Amon-Ra St. Brown will do.
Yeah, you got to get to the quarterback.
Eat you up.
Agreed.
It all starts up front, guys. It really does. It doesn't matter who your defensive backs are if you're not getting pressure on the quarterback. And you can't continue to send the house. You just can't all the time. Eventually, those top 4 guys are going to have to get home. I mean, it's simple. One-on-one matchups, go win them. Like Aaron Donald would win those matchups all the time, right? Like we've had conversations about Chris Jones being Hall of Famer, being Defensive Player of the Year, being one of the greats at his position. I know it's getting up there in age for Chris Jones, and the clock is ticking very fast on Chris Jones, but you're still out there. You're still playing. You still need to go out there and take care of business. I mean, we just can't have one of our leaders not doing what they need to do because it's one thing to lose football games. It's one thing to lose football games when it's your leaders that aren't making the plays that need to be made, and the leaders need to start making plays on this team.
And maybe that's, maybe that last game is a wake-up call.
Yeah, and I'm thinking it is.
I think there's a lot of similarities to that game that are, maybe the Tennessee game when you got blown out, the Raiders game on Christmas Day. And I don't mean like the way the game went. I'm talking about the morale after it. Right? That game was, you look at all the stats and everything, and you just take the teams away and and the score, and you say, which team on this, who won this game? And 90% of the people would say the team right here, and that would be the Chiefs. You'd be like, they did not win that game.
Well,
they won the turnover battle. They won the yardage battle.
They dominated
They won
in
the time of
penalties.
possession. And then, you shot yourself in the foot. So this will be an interesting test. In Vegas, did you see the line?
It's 2.5 still.
Vegas has Detroit as 2.5-point underdogs.
Wow.
Yeah, which is again like
because we know you're picking Detroit this week.
Yeah, of course he is.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've said it the last couple of days. This is not a quote unquote must win because we're not canceling this, but it is a desperate game. They need to play desperate, and I kind of like when the Chiefs have to play desperate. I think this has been a good week, for them to hear all of this, right? Especially from a guy like me who's very positive usually about this football team, and there's not a lot of negative stuff to say. I feel like the parent in this situation. I'm calling you out now. It's time to start doing better things. And I'm talking about Chris Jones and Harrison Butker more than anything right now. Like, we can't lose games because of those two guys. But I think this is going to be a desperate week for these guys because they've heard all the negative connotations after that Monday night game. Losing the way that they did on national television, to me, was one of the better things I think that could have happened to this team because everybody watched that thing go down. Everybody watched that team participate in that game, and everybody watched that team fail. Everybody was talking about it, right? And so they need to embrace that. They need to realize, okay, we're 2-3 at this point in time. It's not a must win, but we do need to play desperate. And every time that they've had that moment since Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have taken over this organization, they have figured it out. And that's why I'm still a huge believer in this team because they have shown us all over these years that when the chips are down, they find a way to get back on top and they find a way to win football games. And for me, until they tell me they're not by their actions and show me that they can't do it anymore, I am still going to be convinced that they're going to figure out a way to do it and to get it done. There's too much talent. There's too much smarts. They're better than everybody else at the most important positions in all of sports. This team is going to figure it out.
We'll get into what's going on in Carolina, plus Travis Kelce defends himself for all the right reasons here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trey Smith, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, my friends over at Park and Go are ready for you. We're getting closer and closer to that holiday travel season, right? You can smell the turkey in the air for Thanksgiving, and that means you need to make your parking reservations when you're flying out of town at Park and Go. You can do it so easily at bookparkandgo.com, or like me, I use their app all the time, and I reserve covered parking when I make my flight reservation. That way it's taken care of. I also prepay, because when I prepay, I save money every single day at Park and Go, and I also have that reservation taken care of. So when I show up on the day of my flight, they direct me right to that spot that they have reserved for me. It's covered parking. As soon as I get to that covered spot, the van will meet me and take me right to the airport terminal. They're in no time at all. And when I get back, this is why I love Park and Go the most, because they're there waiting for me. I'll just grab my bags and walk off the plane and jump on the bus, and it's right back to the trunk of my car. So join their frequent parker program like we did and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Men, if the long lines to the bathroom have been holding you back from attending sporting events and you're waking up in the middle of the night dealing with frequent urination, it could be an enlarged prostate. Jeff Montgomery here to talk about the minimally invasive procedure I had that made a big difference. I went to Dr. Brown at Miva Medical, the leader in minimally invasive treatments in Kansas City. The procedure was quick and easy, and I'm very happy with the result. Don't put up with being uncomfortable. Contact Miva Medical. That's MIVA-medical.com.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Member Week is back at Lowe's with big savings for pros. Now through October 15th, My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, building materials, and more. Plus, get free standard shipping. Shop these exclusive member-only savings before they're gone. Not a rewards member? Join for free today. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
I don't sell lab-grown diamonds because they represent everything that can be bad about the jewelry industry and are the opposite of why my family is in it. This is Gene at House of Diamonds. I opened my diamond and custom jewelry shop to build relationships of trust with my customers. Prior to opening House of Diamonds, I worked at other jewelry stores and saw how that trust can be betrayed. And now, I'm seeing it again with those who are selling lab-grown diamonds for thousands, nearly all of it profit, knowing that they are worth nothing the second they leave the store. So if you ever want to sell that lab diamond or want to trade up, you have literally nothing to sell or trade. That will never happen at House of Diamonds. We guarantee a trade-in value of 100% of the price you paid us for your hand-selected natural diamond. Don't become a lab-grown diamond victim. Learn more at mybigrock.com and then come see me at House of Diamonds on the southeast corner of College and Quivira.
Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford. On a mission to do more, view our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com. Missouri side 70 westbound getting heavy at Lee Summit Road. Stays very slow. Starts crawling around Noland and stays that way over past 40 Highway with an accident blocking 2 left lanes. At Shawnee Mission Ford, you get it all. A great selection of new Fords plus a lifetime powertrain warranty along with the 1-year Select Plus protection. View our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com. From America, for America, Shawnee Mission Ford on a mission to do more. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
That's right. Return of the Mac. You get Mac back now this week, and then next week you get Rashee Rice back.
That's exactly
kind of
right.
the same thing.
I'm actually more excited for Mac, quite honestly. I don't think the offense needs Rashee Rice as much as we need Mac. So I'll just I'll put that out there. Very nice, right? That's called glazing.
Yeah,
that's glazing. 6'7". Right? Yeah.
6'7". Bob loves that, by the way.
Likes the 6'7".
No, I don't love it. It's ridiculous because nobody knows what it means. And that's the best part. The kids don't even know.
They're just trolling everyone.
Yeah, 6'7". I mean, what does that mean? I don't know. Okay, fine.
I figured out the hand sign is needed with it. You have to
because I equate it to their yada yada, like yada yada.
Yeah,
you yada yada sex. So I didn't yada yada the best part, like yada yada, like 6'7", like it's 6'7" to me. That's how I've turned it into. It's their yada yada because for years we always used to go yada 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 whatever because of the Seinfeld thing, right? 6'7" is because like who's the basketball player that's 6'7" that it kind of started with, and then it's kind of matriculated down.
I didn't even realize.
Oh yeah, it started with God. It's
told you loved it.
Wow. It started with a basketball player who's 6'7". I forget who it is. I mean, it's a name you'd be like, oh, okay, I know. Obvious. It's a but I'm drawing a blank. I'm sure there's another parent on the text line who's dealing with this as well. Did you do a lot of 6-7 with your in-law family, this past weekend? Are you doing a lot of 6-7? Because, again, you're closer to their age range than you are mine. So I don't know if you're walking around in your 20s going 6-7,
No, that's something that was one of the first, probably like, oh, I'm now the unk. I'm now the old. I'm like, well, what is that? What is that?
Yeah. You've had your first I'm old moment?
Yes,
Yay, congratulations. Maloney's is when they legalized booze after Prohibition. That's when he realized he was old.
Text line says LaMelo Ball.
That's who it is.
Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Checks out.
That does check out. Yep.
Checks out.
Perfect.
Bill Belichick is not going to be coaching North Carolina by Thanksgiving.
Probably not another 6-7 days. No.
This comes from Ollie Connolly, which I thought this was like a fake thread when I sent you guys yesterday.
Well, this whole thing started, there was a TV station who did an expose 2 days ago in North Carolina, and I watched this thing, and I'm like, oh, my God. I wonder if this is going to pick up steam. And boy, did it.
Full steam ahead. Bill Belichick has discussed buyout options with North Carolina's hierarchy. Belichick has signaled a willingness to trigger his own $1 million buyout if he can find a soft landing with another team or in media. Continued. Members of Belichick's current coaching staff have already spoken to other schools that are expected to be in the college football playoff about taking on roles during the postseason. From one coach, the Rats are leaving the ship. Some staffers believe a change will come within 2 weeks. Reports of serious recruiting violations remain under investigation in North Carolina. Recruiting and practice violations have already been proven by the school, according to multiple sources. Using recruit violations to knock down a coach's buyout has become a standard practice. If Belichick cannot find a landing spot to trigger his own buyout, he's expected to accept a greatly reduced, compromised rate. Belichick's communication with his staff the past 2 weeks has been described as weird and distant by multiple members of UNC's coaching staff. Multiple coaches were unable to get a hold of him during UNC's bye week. From one UNC defensive assistant, what have we done to these kids, or what we have done to these kids is effed up.
Isn't that's the quote right there? When I saw that one last night when you sent that, dude,
good,
what we've done to these kids is effed up. Yeah. That does suck, man. I mean, like what you're doing to those kids down there, because this TV report basically did the story of Mac Brown's guys are on this side, Bill Belichick's guys are on that side. There's no cohesiveness that's going on right now. College and pros are a different world, brother. I mean, some guys, as we've seen, Nick Sabans of the world, they're cut out to be the college coach. They weren't great in the pros. Some guys are cut out to be a professional coach and not a college coach, right? In college, when you're the head coach, like it or not, you got to deal with a lot of stuff you don't have to deal with in the pros. The boosters, all that kind of recruiting, all this kind of stuff. If you don't know what you're doing, it's not an easy situation in which to be. And so I think Bill Belichick is finding out real fast that coaching in college is a lot harder, first of all, than it is coaching in the pros, because you got to recruit and you got to deal with all that stuff that you don't have to deal with at the professional level. And in college, I hate to break it to Bill Belichick, you kind of got to be a nice guy to the old man that comes in with the checkbook. Like, you got to make time for that guy. You got to make time for the boosters. You got to make time to kiss ass. You got to make time to do all that stuff that Bill Belichick doesn't like to do. And when you're at a college program, if you say, okay, we're going to run this like the NFL and we shut out the boosters, the money guys, they're going to shut you out real fast. Those guys give money and those guys donate big bucks because they want to be part of the program. I mean, it's like they weren't sports guys when they were growing up. They were probably the nerds and whatnot. And now they've got all this money that they can funnel into these programs, quote unquote, buying their friendships and doing all that kind of stuff. They want to be part of this. And if you're going to donate money to a university and then that coach isn't going to let you in and give you a couple of pats on the back and thank yous and here's a sneak play we may run, they're going to run you out of town. And that's what's going on with Bill Belichick right now. He's not playing the college game like you need to play to be successful at a major university.
I also find it interesting that, like, even the petty stuff, because that's where I start to kind of look to see where the tragic downfall is beginning, is when petty stuff makes its way out into the media or to the eyeballs of the world on X. And when Mac Brown is tweeting, for one, a picture with Drake May, who's a North Carolina quarterback, and Bill Belichick has a petty rule that we will not be giving New England any sort of, anything, no attention, no references, nothing. And maybe one of the bigger quarterbacks that have came out of North Carolina in the history of its school who just had his biggest game, biggest win with New England. No love. And like, to me, that's a petty thing.
You're
That's
right.
the Snickers wrapper in the elevator, right? Like you can see it coming before it happens. And you're like, why is this something that bothers you? And then you see the thread of that conversation where maybe another minute thing, but it seems massive is, you know, what I was first doing radio is how can you make a small thing large and how can you make a large thing small sort of conversation with a topic. And you look at this as well during a bye week and no one hears from you.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that the office is down probably, I would say, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday, maybe time to kind of get the horn going and be like, hey, guys, what do we think about X school? What do we think about maybe mixing some things up? It's Tuesday. We're going to practice on Wednesday or we're going to practice today. Nothing. Nada. And then you throw in the biggest, oddest story there is where it all started, which is Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan Hudson.
Jordan Hudson. And you think to yourself, this man chose North Carolina because he was out of the NFL, and it's kind of gone the way that we kind of thought it would go. Like,
yeah,
I didn't think it would be this bad, but I knew that there would be trouble in paradise. Like, the honeymoon phase of Bill Belichick is officially over.
Oh, that's
He
long
went from
gone.
catching mermaids on the beach to doing the airplane to being the funny guy on Pat McAfee's show that no one thought existed to a quote that says, what we've done to these kids is really effed up.
Yeah, that bothers me a lot, man.
It's terrible, man. And this is a legacy stab. It will not destroy it, but this is going to be one of those things where you look at Bill Belichick and you say to yourself, man, all those Super Bowls, and then it's, remember that time in Carolina? And you're like, oh, yeah.
Remember that time without Tom Brady? Oh, yeah. Like it's going to be, he's going to be a little laughingstock for a while after this failure. And like, he never should have taken the job. They never should have offered him the job. This is North Carolina's fault more than it is anybody. You never should offer somebody a head coaching job that's never had the opportunity. Like, he's never coached in college. The last time he was in college was at Navy in the 60s. I mean, he has no experience doing that job. Being a college coach is not the same as being an NFL coach, and being an NFL coach is not the same as being a college coach. How many guys have had success in both that you can think of off the top of your head? Pete Carroll and Jimmy Johnson are the two names that come to mind for me. No, I don't think
national title, and he won a.
Yeah, but he had all those guys. Like, he inherited Jimmy Johnson's
Still
program.
had to coach.
He's
Bill
still
Belichick didn't coach Mac Brown's guys.
Yeah. It's hard with Switzer. He's technically by the letter of the law, yes, but he didn't really have overwhelming success there, in Dallas, and it wasn't that long of a career in Dallas. But Jimmy Johnson obviously did, and Pete Carroll did. I don't know anybody else. I'm sure Binkley can maybe name a few, but it's very, very rare to see somebody be successful in the pros and at the college level. Think about the NBA and college basketball as well. Who's been a crossover? Quinn Snyder's the only name I can think of.
I mean, the guy, Max guy.
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens.
He was so good. They're like, dude, you got to go to the front office.
Yes, exactly.
He was that good.
He's amazing.
Like, he built Boston back up, and they're like, honestly,
you're too good.
You need to go up.
Actually, you're probably too good for that too.
He's
Go run the
amazing.
national team.
You could say Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
you could say Jim Harbaugh.
For sure. That's a good one.
He's got to get that championship in the pros. For me to say because Pete Carroll's won championships in both.
For sure, but just success.
Yeah, absolutely. No question. That's a good one. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. So it's just, but it's very few and far between, and you don't see many make the crossover because they realize it's like, again, like learning a new offense. You're a French speaker. You get dropped in the middle of Spain. Okay, find your way out. You don't know the language. That's what it's like for these guys who think they're football coaches, yes, but the job of a football coach in college is not to be a football coach. It really isn't. You're a program ambassador, and if you can't figure that out, you're not going to have success.
This comes from the 660. I'm an 8th grade teacher, and 6'7" is what will get you sent out of the classroom. My age, it was 1738. Well done.
Yes.
Well done. Bringing it full circle. 1738. Coming up on the other side, Chiefs dynasty continues to roll through. Last week's game was an outlier and best chances of reaching the Super Bowl. Proof that everything is okay. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear from ESPN's Nate Taylor every Thursday at 8:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I'll tell you what, guys, many of you remember the first time, right? But not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. And if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. My friends over at Heartland Men's Health have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. And many patients at Heartland Men's Health have said over and over again, why didn't I get my erectile dysfunction treated sooner? If ED is a problem in your life, you really need to stop waiting. Heartland Men's Health has treatments that work with success rates well over 90%. And some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. And they're successfully treating guys right here in Kansas City. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in your office, the visit is free. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
This fall, refresh your home with a special offer from Westlake Ace Hardware. Enjoy $10 off bin interior paint gallons October 1st through 31st. With an easy-to-apply, easy-to-maintain formula, Bin Interior offers an introduction into the beauty and durability of Benjamin Moore premium paint. Hurry into Westlake Ace Hardware for this limited-time savings and keep your spaces looking beautiful for years to come. Offer valid in-store only, so visit Westlake Ace Hardware today. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Arvest Bank believes in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to supporting those who serve our communities. We believe that all communities deserve a financial partner who cares. Arvest. We believe.
DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. New Missouri customers can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. And when we go live, place just a $5 bet to unlock $300 in bonus bets. Starting November 17th, you can create your DraftKings Sportsbook account in Missouri and get ready for launch day on December 1st. DraftKings Sportsbook brings you everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Everyone develops cataracts naturally as they get older. When your vision is affected by cataracts, you should see my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein at Silverstein Eye Centers. Dr. Silverstein is a world-renowned cataract surgeon who performs life-changing laser-assisted cataract surgery with premium lens implants to correct your vision up close and far away. Trust my eye doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein, Silverstein Eye Centers, 816-358-3600 to schedule an appointment.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call J Southland Tow Service, 816-779 4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Car wreck? Get the money you deserve. Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase Thursday, October 23rd at J. Rieger & Company Distillery. Inbound I-70, the Missouri side, things get very heavy past 470, off again, on again, crawling out past Nolan. The earlier accident past 40 highway that built those delays. Discover the latest HVAC, plumbing, and trade solutions with companies like Honeywell and April Air and 20-plus other vendors at the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase Thursday, October 23rd, 3 to 6 at J. Rieger & Company Distillery. Plus, enjoy complimentary food, drinks, tours, prizes, and networking. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hey, it's Creed Humphrey. The Chiefs Radio Network pregame show starts 3 hours before kickoff, right here on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
You know, Creed Humphrey's really pissing me off. I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
I heard him in the promo.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's really struggling with snapping the ball.
He's been fine this year. He's got the snaps figured. Like, we talked briefly about it the other day.
I was totally kidding, by
No,
the way.
I know. No,
Yeah.
I know you were. But the offensive line has been really good. I mean, Creed had the snap issues that we talked about last year, right? But yeah, they're playing good on the offensive line. I don't even know who Josh Simmons is, which I love. Like, you don't even recognize that he's out there because he does such an awesome
I just
job.
thought he has that Brahma bull piercing. I wasn't expecting.
Badass.
What do they call that?
Septum?
Septum piercing.
Yeah,
septum piercing.
I feel like that would hurt like hell.
Yeah.
Am I wrong to
Oh,
think
my
that
God,
cartilage?
no.
Because if you had like a zit inside your nose.
Oh, it's terribly
and you didn't know it. You
Oh,
screamed-
yeah.
Think
Oh,
about it.
yeah. Oh, ow.
You never had
ow.
one, Mac?
That. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you've had it.
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't know it? Or
Oh,
you
it
ever had one
hurts.
on your head, underneath your hair,
yeah,
and you scratch it, and like you get that sucker?
Yeah.
Make you want to, you know?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if this is crazy to me or not, and then we're going to get into this Chief stuff.
Yep.
California has passed a law that bans
I love it.
excessively loud commercials on streaming services such as Netflix, Hulu, and Prime
Love it.
Video.
Thank you.
Starting July 1st, 2026, ads must match the average volume of the show or movie they accompany.
Good. It should be that way because we all know that anytime you're watching anything, it goes to commercial and it's like, no, selling you this. Holy crap. I mean, I was just watching the show that I could barely hear, and then the commercial comes on and you're screaming at me.
That's incredible.
I love it. This should be a national law.
Say, let's get this going
Yeah,
everywhere.
this does not just need to be California. You know?
From now on, every time in the NFL game when it's a third down, the PA announcer will have to match the volume.
Have you noticed it's going on at every building? I
Yes.
have noticed it now. Every building is doing
They
something.
do it in high school games because I went to
Yeah.
Elise Summit North versus South, which, by the way, one of the plays in the game made SportsCenter's top 10. Yeah,
What?
dude.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
South's
That's
quarterback's a baller, and he had this receiver downfield, one-handed it, leap, catch, brought it in.
Oh, awesome.
The
That's cool.
You knew this kid was on cloud nine. At least I would have been unbearable the rest of my senior year.
hell yeah.
The entire crowd. Oh,
Yeah, right.
like, it was one of those like you don't see that very often, and it made the top 10 list on Sports.
The worst part about
I'll send
that
it to
is
you.
that you're at a high school game and there's no replay, and
Yeah.
so because I've been doing that a lot now, you know, you see a great play, and you look up, like we're all trained to immediately look up at the board to see the replay, and you're in high school. Did you see that play? No, oh, there is no replay. I guess I just missed it, and it's in the ether. You never see it again, you know.
Right.
So that's the tough part about going to the high school games. You got to get a replay board out there, but you know, obviously with the money and whatnot. So I get all that.
I
but
just
yeah,
see you the play. Yeah, it was
Okay,
it was
good.
sick, dude.
I'm just still on California.
Shout out
turning down the
to
volume.
Shout out to Aiden Wilhelm, the quarterback at South, and Wyatt Denny. That's the kid who caught it.
Okay.
Sick play.
Yeah,
Saw it
I'll watch
live.
that. That's hype.
Yeah. Chiefs Dynasty through 5 weeks. If you could bring back one person from the past to be on this team in the modern era, who would it be?
Well, it's person or thing that I came up with
Yeah.
because for me, I want the clutch gene back. I want to be able to have the clutch gene back where we know that we can move the ball down the field and get those points at the end. Like with the 13-second game, I felt very confident. They were down with 16 seconds and 3 timeouts. I wasn't really that confident in that team, because I didn't feel like they had the ability to kick it through. Now, if Butker had been perfect out of the year, maybe I would have been thinking differently. But I want that clutch gene back where hey, no big deal. They're going to make that play, whether it's Chris Jones making a play, whether it's Harry Butker kicking the ball through the uprights, whether it's Travis and Patrick connecting on a play, whether it's even Brashard Smith making a big-time play. I want to have that luxury of sitting back knowing, hey, they've got this clutch gene. So if I could bring that back from the last couple of years, I'm bringing back that clutch gene for this team.
Yeah, I mean, what was it, 10-0 last year in one-score games?
11.
11-0 and 0-3 now. Yeah, now back to just a little more normal regression. We'll see that come back a little bit. That was the first time I really missed Rashee Rice in the last few weeks. That with the ball with 30 seconds left, 28 seconds left, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, 16. Yeah. That's
talking about Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
When it hit Hollywood Brown on the shoulder pad?
That's a good point, Mac. I didn't even think about that. Like, not having Rashee Rice, kind of makes you not think about Rashee Rice, but I never went to that level of like, boy, if they had Rashee Rice, maybe they are in that
also,
field.
Why isn't that Worthy making that route?
I think
he going deep?
I think he was probably going deep.
Decoy the safeties?
Yeah.
It looked like also, too, not to get nerdy, Hollywood Brown kind of flattened that route out, too. I would have assumed, Rashee Rice probably would have gone straighter down the field as opposed. But anyway.
Also would have had his head turned around.
We should have been in that effing position anyway, though, guys.
No,
We're up
right.
14-0.
You're right.
Come on. We should have been in that position, right? But I understand what you're saying. That's a great point. I never, I like that. I really
after
do.
I was like, damn, okay, Rice would have changed that situation.
Yeah,
so
I didn't even think about that. That's good on you.
For me, I'd go Terrell Suggs, Melvin Ingram. That mid-season addition of an edge rusher that provides some pop, some juice there. It's not like he's wrecking games and changing everything, but those two guys provided some pressure, some much-needed help in the defensive line that I don't know if those teams win or go as far as they did without those additions, especially the Suggs.
Yeah, bring back Frank Clark.
That'd be good.
That'd be great.
There's multiple reasons why. One, he was able to get to pressure quarterbacks. Now, I know it was a lot of in the playoffs, but also, is there anybody on this team that has that sort of aura that Frank Clark had? Right?
Swag.
Like this?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we need him back. He needs to come banging the drum.
I just need that spice, man. I need that badass. I need the guy that can kind of bring this team out and show that, because I don't know if we really have that.
No,
got a lot of nice guys. Lean into the heel. Go be the bad people. Go. When they won that back to back, everyone said the Chiefs gaslighted their way there. No, they didn't.
Mm-mm.
They went 11-6, and you all thought they sucked and they were done.
Right.
And then they put a Lombardi trophy on that Union Station stage and said, "What's up?
What's up? Here, let's do it again."
I want to see more of that. I want to see that sort of, that guy, that one that's going to be like, we came in here, we knocked their door down, and we took their blank. That sort of stuff. The mink coat, that sort of attitude, that swagger back. I want that back.
Yeah.
And instead of all I'm getting is, guys lollygagging on the last play, guys bitching and moaning on the sideline about things not going right, us complaining about a right tackle that can't seem to stay on line, and all this sort of stuff. I want that guy back that's just going to go out there and MF the mic and not give a rip about anything. Give me that sort of, give me our balls back.
Yeah, right. Like Frank Clark, though, that's really good. Like, honest to God, I'd bring him in right now. Not to play, obviously, because he hasn't played in a couple of years, but to come in and give these guys a spark, give them a pep talk, give them like he did to me after that championship game, right, that James Palmer stole. I think when I look at that situation with Frank Clark, they don't have that guy right now that's going to get in there and just be that nasty dude that's going to all right, guys, let's go.
Xavier Worthy's too nice. Mahomes will always be nice.
And you really want it on the defense.
You want it on the defense. You need it on the defense.
Yeah.
You have to have it on the defense. And really, you have to have it from a defensive lineman. Those are the guys in the trenches, right? Those are the nasty dudes that want to go in there and rip your face off. Those are the guys that are out there that are absolutely 100% the nastiest dudes on earth. I was listening to a story yesterday about Boomer Esiason being removed from a game and the backup going in, right? And the backup was, I don't even know who the guy was. It doesn't matter. And they were playing the Raiders, and Boomer said Howie Long stood up at the line of scrimmage and goes, "Who's paper boys in the game, and the quarterback got shook and they just got him. I mean, like it's stuff like that we need back, where you're putting the fear of God. We'll talk to Sean Smith about that tomorrow, I'm sure.
No doubt about it.
Yes.
Hell, I'd bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Leader in the clubhouse on the text line, I got a message from Jeff as well. Priest Holmes.
Yeah.
A lot of people want Priest Holmes back, who just celebrated birthday and banged the drum.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got a lot of Jared Allen, Derek Thomas, and Jamal Charles.
Yeah, I mean, Jared Allen, kind of same line, right? Some swag.
But none of that was part of this dynasty, though.
No, not this era.
Yeah, this era of Chiefs football. One thing from this era of Chiefs football, this dynasty, that you could bring back, like something from 2018, something from 2022, whatever the case may be, something that we've had recently that we're just missing and lacking right now. And I like the Frank Clark selection a lot. Kind of goes along with getting that clutch gene, getting that swag back, getting that confidence back that you know you're going to beat that team's ass. Get that confidence back that no matter what the situation is, we're going to come through and we're going to win. They've had that, and it's the same players. Get that back.
Yeah, Honey Badger had that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Justin Reed kind of had that too.
Oh, for sure.
You had those guys come along at the perfect time. We need this year's, Honey Badger. We need this year's Frank Clark. We need that guy on this team. It needs to. I would love it to be Chris Jones. I'd love it to be George Karlaftis. Maybe Nick Bolton is that guy.
Maybe Bolton, maybe.
I mean, but how much more can that guy do? My God, if he doesn't make a tackle, nobody does. I mean, that guy's unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
Coming up on the other side, speaking of a guy that's unbelievable, it's Ben Maller. He'll join us next year on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trent McDuffie, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, come see us right now. Come see us right now, because thousands of people nationwide have come to see us, and they're feeling so much better than they ever have before. That's why QC Kinetics is so successful, because they look beyond traditional medicine. People with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. And it's a simple injection. It's not a hospital stay. It's fast and all natural with no downtime. So if your back or your knees or your shoulder hurt all of the time, you need to explore all of your options. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices. Call QC Kinetics and get that free consultation. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Thousands of patients around the country find a better life with QC Kinetics' amazing regenerative treatments. Appointments are available on Saturdays off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone with QC Kinetics.
Football season is big beef season. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution and taste the steaks, burgers, and even Wagyu hot dogs that are changing the way America eats beef. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouthwatering Wagyu every day. And their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. And now, Booth Creek is offering same-day delivery. Perfect for last-minute gatherings when you need Wagyu fast. Now available in-store, online, and same-day delivery. BoothCreekWagyu.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-351-4596. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and check out all the exciting new ways you can make this pro football season unforgettable. Shoot your shot with same-game parlays, call your plays like a pro with live betting, or bet on a market you didn't know existed thanks to BetMGM Originals. You'll be on the edge of your seat from the very first snap, no matter what type of fan you are. Earn BetMGM rewards points on every bet. Take advantage of football offers found nowhere else, like a second chance on a first touchdown bet, and keep an eye out for rewards dropping in your account throughout the season. Never settle for the ordinary. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Specific promotional offers are not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6812. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-6812. That's 800-575-6812.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound off again, on again heavy from Lee Summit Road out past 40 Highway with an earlier accident now off to the shoulder. Belton 49 northbound getting pretty heavy. You hit delays past Cass Parkway. Stays very slow up past Missouri 58. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan, and it's all brought to you by our good friends at the Landing in Liberty. And, Ben, it's drama with this Bill Belichick situation. Yesterday was an epic day down in Chapel Hill. Where do you think this thing is going with Bill Belichick now at North Carolina or not at North Carolina?
Well, it's a wonderful story for our purposes. It's just great. This is a legend of our lifetimes. You know, you're only here for a short amount of time as sports fans as we all are. This is one of the all-time greats. And to have it go this bad, this fast at North Carolina is right now. Belichick in my head, he's playing whack-a-mole. Like he's trying to knock down a story over here on the left side, and then over on the right side there's another story, and then in the middle. So he's playing whack-a-mole with all this. But it's clear that there are people who are very powerful at North Carolina that have a major issue with Bill Belichick, and they're leaking this information. Like they're weaponizing this information. And it's like with any of these reports, if you wanted to do stories about Bill Belichick, working behind the scenes, you could present Belichick in a positive light. But obviously there are enough people that they've already fed up with Bill Belichick that they want him in the meat grinder, and he's in it. Like he is in deep right now. And it's like he's got to be making phone calls. In my head, I would think once it starts going down this road, it very rarely goes back. You'd have to imagine that he's making calls. He knows everybody. Get me out of here. I got to go somewhere else, whether that's to hang out and be a Barstool bro or to go hang out with Peyton Manning or something like that. He's got to find another gig, and I'm convinced he will. I mean, he's got the name, so even with his reputation, those TV people will hire Belichick. Sight unseen, they'll bring him in.
What about a soft landing as a coach like they're talking about, too? Do you see anything like that? Like, where's he going to softly land as a head coach or anything like that at this point of the season?
Well, the only move there, Bob, and you know this too, is like Belichick knows all these owners. And a lot of these owners are older guys. They're older dudes. They like to, go to cocktail parties. If Belichick could get a hold of them at the right time, right, and they're a couple of, martinis into their night there, and he could say, I could go to your team, and my shtick doesn't work in college, but in the NFL, if my roster got back, I won't even be the GM. Give me a little bit of better roster. And there's enough coaches already. You look around, Cincinnati, right? Zach Taylor. Now, I don't know if you don't want that job right now if you're Belichick, but next year with Joe Burrow coming back and a top 10 pick in the draft, if the Bengals stink, that's not a bad job, although they don't pay much. The Dolphins are going to get rid of Mike McDaniel. That's a job that's likely going to be opened up. So there's some opportunities, but it's like his age and with all the stuff around, he's really going to have to convince and use that. What I said on the overnight is the Svengali effect to sweet talk and brainwash one of these owners. And I wouldn't say the chance is zero. I would say it's less than 5%, but it's not zero because he knows everybody, and he does have some people that like him a lot. So he just has to find the right person.
Speaking of the right person, I think the right person in this situation would be a trophy. Ben ranked these three athletes that need a championship trophy in the most importance of way. Aaron Judge, Josh Allen, Connor McDavid.
Well, I'm going to go Aaron Judge because the Yankees, to go 10-plus years he's been with the Yankees, I think he came up in 2016, the end of 2016, and has played every year since. Like, to not win a champion, he's now in Don Mattingly, Dave Winfield territory. You think of all the greats. You think of Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jolton, Joe DiMaggio, Derek Jeter, all these guys. They all won multiple championships, most of them. And for him to not, even though he's got great stats, this year he played very well in the playoffs, for them not to win, I think Judge, because that's like, you're going to go into Monument Park someday, and he's getting older. He's past his athletic prime. I'd say he's at the very top. And then Josh Allen, I would put him behind Aaron Judge because Josh Allen has been really good for a number of years. And it feels like the Bills are always going to find a way to screw this thing up at the end. And then I put Connor McDavid, who's probably better than all those guys, last because it's hockey. So I put him last.
Fair point. You look at this Chiefs team, I'm sure you follow them. A lot of the national people, I ask you because you're West Coast, do you think the Chiefs will be fine, or do you think this is their epic downfall?
Yeah, so I don't think they'll be fine, meaning they're going to completely turn things around, but this has the vibe of like 9-8, 10-7 type season where they get going, get cooking kind of late in the year. I'm like, they gave the game away. I mean, you guys, I'm sure, have talked about it all week. The game in Jacksonville was embarrassing. That's not the way the Chiefs have played under Andy Reid in this era, this run where they've had all the success. That was very out of character for them to lose that game. And then, I mean, you look at it and like they played 5 games and they've beaten 2 of the 2 worst teams they played, and then the better teams they played, they've lost to all 3 of them. So it's not a great sign. And now, because you lost to Jacksonville, a game I think we had all circled they were going to win, now you have to make up for that by beating, whether it's Buffalo at Buffalo or the Lions this week. Like, you have to win one of those games to make up for that game. So now you put yourself behind the 8 ball. But I still think there's enough there where they're going to end up winning 9 or 10 games. And is that going to be enough to get in the wild card? Well, I think we can all agree it's very wonky this year. Like, if you look at the conference standings, like, there's some weird things going on. Does anyone take the Colts seriously? No, but they played a bad division, so they play bad teams. And Buffalo's been close in a lot of these games. So, I mean, we're still in the feeling out part. But my point is, I think they'll win enough where we're going to go into the final couple of weeks and they're going to be in the wild card conversation. And it's not like the Chargers or the Broncos have opened up a massive lead either. So it's still very competitive.
Well, and that's the thing, Ben, as we talk with Ben Maller, like who's jumping out right now? We're 5 weeks into this NFL season. Obviously, we have Thursday night football tonight, but like there's not that dominating team out there that I'm saying, oh yeah, they're the best team in the NFL or they're the best team in the AFC. It is all condensed, and that's why I'm looking at a Chiefs 2-3 record. I'm like, whatever, they're going to be just fine with all this. Like, is there a team that you're looking at right now in this league? You're like, okay, they are head and shoulders better than everybody else, because I think everybody's got a wart.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of moles. There's a lot of warts. There's a lot of people that have body odor. I mean, there's a lot of that. And Indianapolis, we mentioned, they're kind of. I saw them in person. I actually was shocked because I've done so many monologues ripping Daniel Jones that he actually looked like he knew what he was doing. That upset me greatly. That he looked like he knew what he was doing. It made me feel bad. But no, I don't take them seriously. Buffalo, their defense, to me is not a championship level defense, and so those are right now the top 2 seeds in the AFC. And in the NFC, I saw the 49ers. I don't really they don't have Bosa. There's a lot missing there. Philadelphia's got internal issues. Yeah, I mean, Detroit has actually looked better than anybody recently. So I guess you'd say they're the one team, and they got off to the bad start against Green Bay, but since then they've really been cooking. But no, that's it. And other than that, I don't really see anybody.
When you look at the NFL and you look at all the teams, do you think Detroit is the best team in the NFL right now?
Well, as you know, Dusty, we do the show right now this morning. So yes, as of this morning, if you gave me $10,000 of funny money and put me in a sports book somewhere, I would say the Lions are the safest bet today. That I don't trust Buffalo. I don't, some of these other. That being said, Dusty, I do have PTSD from watching Jared Goff with the Rams, and I still think he'll kill you in a big game. But as of right now, based on what they've done, the Lions are the ones that have impressed me the most.
Talking with Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Thursday night football, you mentioned that Eagles team a little bit. 3-hour, 2-hour players-only meeting with 3 players. And, I mean, like, the Philadelphia Eagles can either go to the left, which could be good, or they could go to the right, which could be a colossal dumpster fire. I'm rooting for the colossal dumpster fire. It was almost like they were waiting for a loss to vent to each other about things that they didn't like inside that operation. That looks like it's hanging on by a thread to me.
Yeah, it is one of my big pet peeves, Bob. I've ranted about it many, many times. The players-only meeting is one of the biggest nothing burgers that you could possibly have. And these guys hang out with each other all the time. They're on planes, trains, and automobiles. They're around each other all the time. It is the biggest, hey, we know, it's like we have to announce, we know we have a problem, so we're going to make it for the cameras and for the microphones. We'll be like, we're going to have a meeting. We're going to. It's like we work in radio. Every once in a while we have meetings, and every meeting I've ever been to, we all try to get out of the meeting as quickly as possible. I imagine the same things going on in a players-only meeting. They're like, I got things to do. I got to post a TikTok video. Make this end, please. But yeah, the Phillies are teetering on the brink. The only thing they're great at is the tush push. That's it. If you look at, I was handicapping the game for Benny versus the Penny, which is on YouTube now, and I was handicapping, and it was like the Eagles are pretty average in the pass defense. They got smoked last week in the fourth quarter, something that almost never happened to them last year by the Broncos, who really didn't do much for 3 quarters, and then just sliced them up in the fourth quarter. So they got issues. They're doing a tap dance right now, trying not to fall into Dante's Inferno.
And before we let you go, you didn't fall for the LeBron James like there's actually going to be something there, did you?
No, not only that, I was getting angry. This is how dumb people are. All right? I was getting angry emails, Bob. Well, you're a talk show host, and you didn't talk about it. Because I didn't talk about it the night before. Everyone was all – and I was like, I just had a feeling it was bullcrap. And people got very upset with me. They were like, you're a fraud, And I was like, I felt so good when it was a commercial for booze. I felt like, I didn't write back. I wanted to write back to these people, say, how'd you like your whiskey or whatever it was, Hennessy or whatever. So there you go. Wonderful.
And we appreciate the time. Enjoy the first day of the next 49 with nothing but football, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Love it, love it, love it. Thanks, guys.
That is Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. It's all brought to you by our good friends at The Landing in Liberty, where you can get the Ben Maller chicken tenders, Bob's Big Pretzel, and, of course, Dusty's. What can we give you? What do you want?
My name doesn't need to be on the menu. It doesn't go well with anything.
It doesn't? What about like Lycan's livers? So you could have like chicken livers.
No one wants
Dusty's
that.
dips.
Dusty's dips, like a threesome of dips.
yes.
So you get like a queso
like
or
that.
a ranch and like a chipotle
That's
something
good.
or other. I do like that. Dusty's dips, a trio of dips. Comes out on like a little board and whatnot. Like Papa John's is doing with their pizza now. They got that garlic pesto one that looks really good.
Ooh, okay.
I do like Dusty's dips.
There we
I
go.
do. That is good.
Okay. I guess we're going with that. I don't know what my dips would be, but
What would be your 3 best dips?
oh gosh.
I mean, French onion's got to be up there, right?
Horseradish.
Oh.
You know, like a horsey sauce?
Oh, okay. But
Okay,
that's
like
as a dip for a like if they.
Well, I
give
don't
you,
know
like,
what we're dipping.
All right, we're
That's
dipping
fair.
You
vegetables. We're
said
dipping
dips.
pitas. We're dipping flatbreads. We're
Okay.
dipping,
Yeah.
If we're doing those 3, I would give me a tzatziki.
Yeah, that's a good
Nice.
one. Yeah.
Give me like a garlicky pesto.
Okay.
Like I'm a bad dude when you put pesto in front of me. And then I don't know, like the Landings Ranch is pretty good. But
Okay.
I'd probably go with like a
Nice.
cheese, like a spinaca dip,
Yeah. All right. There you go.
which is
There's
totally
Dusty's
random.
dips.
There it is.
Coming
Dusty's.
available.
Dusty's dips.
One word on those.
Good.
There we go.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor.
You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
Dusty's double-decker Dorito tacos.
Oh, I do like that one. That is good.
Dusty's daiquiri. I'm in with that.
Do people daiquiri much anymore unless you're in Mexico on the beach?
I was going to say, I did one, but that was
Yeah.
it. Yep.
If I'm somewhere hot, like the lake, or if I'm at the beach,
Yeah, it's got to be the right, but you're not going into like
Everything's
a bar
frozen.
on a Tuesday afternoon. Let's take a strawberry daiquiri.
Jay Binkley's dips, Skull Wintergreen, Mint, and Apple from the 816.
Applejack, Jay, get it.
Underrated cereal.
That Applejack chaw back in the day. I know Binkley was all over that. Applejacks were good.
I took a chaw of cherry skull chew when I was a freshman in high school. Turned white as a ghost and projectile vomited.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, it was called like cherry flavored. It tasted just like the medicine that you get, like those cough drops.
Yes.
Those
Oh.
cough and I accidentally swallowed it. And I was like, I don't feel so great. And this
No.
girl goes, "You're extremely pale." And I was like, move.
Yeah, that'll make you yak.
Oh, yeah, I've got a stomachache thinking about that. Ew.
Meatballs, Dusty's balls, Dusty's dumplings, Dusty's mountain oysters,
Dumplings are good.
Dusty's dumplings. That would be good.
Yeah.
Dusty's balls.
D's nuts.
All right, let's get over to the Royals. I don't know how much y'all got to talk about this. Dumping 2 of their assistant hitting coaches, that is. One word on the changes there.
Fine. You know, I know everybody wanted the main guy fired, but that wasn't going to happen. He's got a lot of respect from what I've been told inside the organization by the players and whatnot. So you had to make a change, so you got rid of the assistant hitting coaches, which, by the way, how many assistant hitting coaches does a team need? They got like rid of 3 guys or something like that.
Yeah, I confused because when I see moves like this, it makes me think that we're going to get rid of all of your friends, so step it up. And if you don't step it up, then you're gone.
Yeah.
So if it fails in the first 2 months of the season, we're just going to do the inevitable. Like, Zumwalt ain't the guy. He just ain't the guy. And they're going to go with him. But they're going to fire all of his friends first to let him know, you better do your job, because if you don't, then you're gone. They're not going to go through a whole year of slouch hitting anymore. They're going to give him half a season. And then what? So confused would be my one word.
Chiefs, we talked about it earlier, first few weeks of the season. Running back, we need a running back. It's kind of changed now to defensive line. One word on the Chiefs trading for a defensive lineman. I've got a name, but let's just start there.
Well, I'm looking just at the position in general. You've got to upgrade that position. I would say a must right now. This defensive line just isn't giving you what you want. Now, I understand there's 2 rookies out there, and you're going to give them time, and maybe you're seeing improvement, and you think you can rely on them. But I would still go out and get some reinforcements, if you will, for this defensive line. So the one word is kind of a need right now. Yeah, go.
My one word is you, Mac. It's Simmons. Go get Jeffrey Simmons from Tennessee.
Yeah.
That guy kills us every time we play the Titans.
Well, you've got to start looking at those rosters, right? Cleveland now is trading everybody. I looked at their roster. There is nobody left that they're going to trade. Like, Miles Garrett, fine. We'll get Aaron Judge for the Royals. We'll get Miles Garrett for the Chiefs. and we'll all be happy, right?
Is Cam Jordan happy in New Orleans?
It's a great question.
I bet he'd like to be on
You
a
were happy
championship
there for about a week, yeah.
Yeah.
Cam Jordan has played longer than, I think Cam Jordan is still, he may be the last guy in the league that the Rams were in St. Louis type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I can't think, he's awesome.
He's a great
He's
player.
fantastic.
Yeah, I would love that. Malcolm Kuntz is the guy the Raiders are thinking about trading. He's still got a good pressure rate, and he's young, 27 years old.
Yeah,
Cheap.
it's Harold's brother.
That you said who's thinking about trading?
The Raiders.
You think they're going to trade him here?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. But, hey, we just saw the Browns and Bengals do the trade for the first time in history.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
It is pretty crazy. It's also pretty crazy. Victor Wembanyama got taller, now listed at 7'5". Some say that's not even tall enough. They say he grew 3 inches to 7'6". One word on his height increase.
Lie.
I don't think it's a lie.
You're a fully grown man. I mean,
He's 21.
He's 21.
You still growing at 21 years
For
old,
sure.
though?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you really? Are you still getting taller at that age? Like, what time did the growth plate
My
stop?
brother grew an inch and a half in college.
Maybe
From 5'7" to
maybe
5'9",
Wembanyama is just a growing boy.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
No, I think it's a lie. I mean, I don't buy any of the heights and weights. They just make things up these days. It have been for years.
Well, Michael Beasley was 7 foot tall at Manhattan, and then he got into the league and he was 6'6".
Yeah, exactly.
What happened? 3-on-3 is what happened. One word is mesmerized. I mean, this guy is the future of the NBA, man. Like, he's NBA superstar. San Antonio gets another one. I'm excited to see him and Cooper Flagg duel it out in the NBA moving forward as the season is getting ready to start. Preseason games are happening.
They are.
So, yeah, that's mesmerizing, man, that he's just continuing to get taller.
It's insane.
Imagine when he gets that Giannis strength, if that ever happens.
If he ever gets any strength, though, that's the thing. He can't be Manute Bol. He's got to put on more weight, yeah.
I just saw him lower his shoulder and dunk on someone looking like Shaq and Kevin Durant in the same play. I think he's going to be pretty all right. His sister looks really good, too.
Let me ask you this real fast, total sidebar.
Whoa.
Who's the coach of the Spurs now?
Damn it. Yeah, I can't remember.
Not that it matters, but
Okay.
anyway. move on.
Popovich is gone.
Yeah, he's
Popovich's
gone. Yeah.
Yep. But no, sister was raining threes the other day. Eve Wembanyama. One word on David Ortiz after the Yankees lost.
Unacceptable.
Yankee lose.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other thing.
Yankee lose. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, let's do it again. The Yankees lose.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's funny, but based on his comments from the other night, man, like it's hard for me to look at David Ortiz anymore and, get all the feels.
Mitch Johnson is the Spurs coach.
Who? Mitch Johnson? The guy I went to college
Johnson.
with? Mitch Johnson?
He's got some questionable hair.
Tammy, did you know Mick Johnson was coaching the Spurs now?
Mitch.
He yells at the refs all the time.
Mitch, like the voice of the Chiefs.
Oh.
Mitch Johnson, 38 years. Hey, Dusty, your age.
Yeah.
Wow. That's when you start to realize, what am I doing with my life? This guy's 38 in the NBA, and have I done, I look at that all the time. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, this guy's how old, and I'm doing this, and he's doing that? Well,
It sucks. I'm finally getting to the age that he's at. I'm like, he's getting a little older. He's 27. I'm like, oh, shoot.
My one word for Big Papi would be perfect. Look, you build the set of how it is. It's A-Rod, Jeter, and Big Papi.
Yeah.
The Yankees win, they're going to throw it in Big Papi's face. The Red Sox win, Papi's going to throw it in their face. And Yankees had their fun in that little wild card series. David Ortiz probably didn't have a lot of fun, so it merited that.
Yeah.
And it was him and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Good for Vlad Jr., man. Build your legacy.
boy, oh, boy.
kid.
He's hitting over 600. That guy,
You can't get him out.
Have you seen anybody this hot ever in the playoff? I've never seen anything like this. This is Mahomes like.
It's like Beltran when he was with the Astros.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Stop pitching to him.
That's the other thing. Why are you pitching? You see, they just walked Judge yesterday.
They didn't do it a lot. They do it a lot with that guy. Coming up next, it's Smash or Pass, brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu. Casey's Best Steaks now at 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf. Also, Shawnee Mission Ford on a mission to do more. Online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. We'll be right back here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Smash. Good morning, Kansas City. This is Nick Bolton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, Friday's coming up tomorrow, and that means we're going to have our high school game of the week with our friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Union number 2. And what they do every week with PrepsKC.com is they vote for the high school game of the week. The winning game, each team will get a check for $750 from the Sheet Metal Workers Union. That's $1,500 every Friday. They're giving back to the kids of Kansas City. These guys are awesome. Not everybody does that kind of stuff like the Sheet Metal Workers do. They're always looking for ways to give back and help the community that helps them. That helps them put their guys to work. And right now, if you're looking for a cool job, the pre-apprenticeship program with the Sheet Metal Workers starts at $24.55 per hour, and you'll be making $27.27 an hour after 3 months with family health coverage at no cost to the employee. And then you get to the apprenticeship program, and you will make $30 per hour to start. And the Sheet Metal Workers do so much around Kansas City, from HVAC installation to HVAC service and repair to that architectural sheet metal that you see at the top of Bartle Hall at the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, and of course the iconic crown at Kaufman Stadium. They've got career advancement opportunities, equal pay and fairness, and they are ready for you. From seasoned professionals to those with no experience, they'll offer you career training, job security, and a path to advancement, all while giving you the tools and support you need. So check them out at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
BetMGM is inviting you to charge the field this pro football season. Existing BetMGM customers can have a ball without having to sweat. Log into your account to get a pro football no sweat token. Apply the token to your next pro football bet. If you lose with the token attached, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. That's right. With a no sweat token, you get your stake back in bonus bets if you don't win. There's nothing like a fresh set of downs. And that's just what BetMGM is offering if you don't win with a no-sweat token. Find your favorite matchup and be part of the action. Make this pro football season one for the ages. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Another summer has ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time. Maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Heartland Men's Health and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Sign up for BetMGM and check out all the exciting new ways you can make this pro football season unforgettable. Shoot your shot with same-game parlays, call your plays like a pro with live betting, or bet on a market you didn't know existed thanks to BetMGM Originals. You'll be on the edge of your seat from the very first snap, no matter what type of fan you are. Earn BetMGM rewards points on every bet. Take advantage of football offers found nowhere else, like a second chance on a first touchdown bet, and keep an eye out for rewards dropping in your account throughout the season. Never settle for the ordinary. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Specific promotional offers are not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt. And you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Construction showing you heading towards downtown on the Missouri side. 70 westbound gets heavy past 27th. Stays off again, on again heavy, basically all the way to 670. Lee Summit, US 50 westbound, still rolling from 291 south. Gets heavy around 3rd Street. Stays slow up to 470. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Remember, you want to be caller number 6 today because that's what week we're in the NFL, week 6, when you hear this sounder.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning, like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
Caller number 6 will get you a $50 gift card to Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Null and 135th in Metcalf. And it's also sponsored by, here on Smash Your Pass, Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more, online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. We started with a tough one, boys. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I'm going to do it. But Arby's, home of the beef, right? That's our place. They're offering steak nuggets at Arby's. You smashing or are you passing?
Well, I would think with this situation,
they look like burn ends.
I know they do, and I'll just be honest with you. I'm not going to go get them. I'm just not. You know, they could be the greatest thing in the world. I'm not going to Arby's to get the steak nuggets. So if somebody brings them in, I will try them. But I know who I am. I'm not going to Arby's, and I'm not getting steak nuggets there. So I will pass. But again, if they're presented to me, then I will smash them.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I wouldn't go out of my way, but yeah, I would eat these for sure. I like Arby's.
Little side of horsey sauce?
Absolutely.
Little side of horsey sauce would be a good dipping sauce for this, yeah.
That's like horseradish. Geek.
That's like horseradish.
Yeah, I don't know, because every time I go to Arby's, I get the same thing.
5 for $55? 5 for $5.55? No.
I just always get the big beef and ched, curly fries, side of nacho cheese.
Mac just popped up. He goes, "What's 5 for $5.55?" I could see it coming, right?
The holy grail of college kids, man. Back in the day, Arby's 5 for $5.55. You get 5 of these like certain menu items.
Yeah, 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5.
Wow. Or you do like 3 curly fries, 2 sandwiches. Or you could do mozzarella sticks or the apple turnover. Or what is the...
Wow. I mean, that was eating back in the day, brother.
Yeah.
5 for $5.55.
That's incredible.
Like
it was.
I'm still saying. I am more. I think everybody talks about inflation and prices going up and all that stuff. That just naturally happens. But for me, I'm not a fast food eater. But when I see the menus, I am still in sticker shock because I remember the Big Mac meal was $2.99.
The bean burrito used to be like
69 cents.
You get a taco for 49 cents, or you get a soft taco for 59 cents.
I mean, you could go to Taco Bell with a $5 bill and feed the family for a month.
Now you go to the 5, they give you like a Hawaiian freeze.
Yeah.
It's promo.
Well, order in the app, you'll get $5 tacos. Great.
The Dodgers, of course, the culinary chefs they have in their place will have, because they're going to continue to play this wild card series 2-1 against the Philadelphia Phillies. The Dodgers will have wild card funnel cakes made with pistachio cream.
Oh, so it's the Dubai.
It looks like it. Pistachio cream, chocolate, toasted katafi. I don't know if that's how you spell it or say it. Whipped cream, chocolate drizzle, and pistachios.
So it's a Dubai chocolate funnel cake is what essentially that is, right?
Looks smashable.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that looks absolutely wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is absolutely. Why don't they just call it, is Dubai chocolate now trademarked and we can't do that? Just say this is a Dubai chocolate funnel cake and the kids will line up 6-7 deep and get that thing. Low key. No cap.
Full Riz today, Bob. Full Riz. The Cubs, they are offering a Korean dog for the postseason. See, I knew it. It's made with crunchy Korean corn dog.
There's no chance I'm going near this.
Sweet hot mustard, bacon, aioli, and chives.
And it's on a stick. It looks awful. Like, to me.
It's a super elevated corn dog.
Yeah.
This looks amazing. Smash.
Okay.
Smash City. Why aren't we smashing this?
Nah, I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in a fried hot dog with mayonnaise.
I'm pretty simple at a ball game. Dog, nachos, beer. That's really all I really care for at a baseball game. Plus, like, you got to get back to your seat with this thing. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And you know that guy, hey, where'd you get that?
Yeah.
Hey, what's that taste like? Go get one, Daryl. It's up there.
The picture isn't even selling it for me. It's
very beautiful, but I don't know if I'm eating. There's no way I'm eating that.
No, I'm saying that that picture's not doing it for it. It's just like I don't know. It's just too much.
Footlong Korean corn dog for the postseason. Pass. Max smashing though. Moving along on Smash or Pass as we continue to go through the playoff edition food for baseball stadiums. This one is called, it's at the Dodgers Stadium. It says it pairs well with that pistachio cream funnel cake.
Yeah.
The Chicky Cherry Sandwich.
I love that, yeah.
We are all three smashing this.
Yeah.
I don't even need to read anymore just by looking at the picture.
Well,
but it is a crunchy cornflake fried chicken meets chimichurri.
Yeah, I love chimichurri, man.
Tahini aioli, smashed avocado, cucumber salad, and a peppery arugula served on a toasted and Dodger logoed pressed bun.
That's an extra $3.50 to get the LA logo stamped on it.
You can keep the logo then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's located at field level section 23.
Yeah, they're not doing that all over the stadium.
The rich get this.
Yeah, I would absolutely smash that. I may go try to create that myself today. That
I mean, have you ever made chimichurri?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Oh God, yes.
Make a steak and put some chimichurri
There's
on
nothing
top.
better. I go to Red Door Grill and I'll get the salmon salad, chimichurri on the side, no dressing. I love their chimichurri. It is fantastic.
Dubai.
Dubai.
That's what the text line said. Yeah. And then the last one, I think I'm just ordering this to have it. Arkansas versus Notre Dame offered hog wild cotton candy. It's literally a cotton candy that you normally get, but it's a pig's face.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's pink and white cotton candy, and the cheeks are white. It's awesome.
It's great.
100% getting that just to have it. Yeah.
That's what
great.
I don't mind when somebody goes, where'd you get that? Like, that's something you get when you have an annoying fan next to you that you know would go get it.
Oh, 100%.
Where'd you get that? It's over there across the stadium, section 238, row 12.
You better get over there. They only have a few left. Oh, I better get there.
I just want that to have it.
I would just do it for the Insta.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny.
That is absolutely what you do when people take pictures of their food and put them on the interwebs these days. Have you seen that trend that's happening these days?
Phone eats first.
And so you gotta take a picture of that. That's one that you could put on your Instagram page. That's really cool. I like that.
I retweeted it, so if you want to see it, at Dusty Likens. The pig looks like it's been in my garage for
the pig is stoned.
Week.
Yeah. That pig is happy because it's about ready to get eaten.
Oh man, that thing is hilarious.
I love it. Like, what could we do here? Could we do like a slugger cotton candy or a Casey Wolf type of cotton candy? I think that'd be pretty good. That's fun. I love it.
816 says, I worked at Arby's for the 5 for 5. I have PTSD from all the bustles of football
Believe
teams
it.
and cheer
Yeah.
squads.
Yes, that's exactly right. I remember doing Division III football in Texas. Arby's was one of those places you stopped at. Yep.
I always got 3 beef and cheddars, a curly fry, and their mocha shake.
Ooh.
That mocha shake, dude, that was dessert. And yes, I was in college. Yes, it was around 4:30 in the afternoon. Yes, you can fill in the rest. That was my Arby's order.
That's crazy you wasted one of those on a dessert. See, I would just either get the fries or the sandwiches.
I already had 2 curlies, or 1 curly, 2 sandwiches, 2 fries, and the mocha.
I guess you're forgetting I was 300 pounds. I had to keep that up.
I mean, I wasn't far behind you. If you were 300, I was 280.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
That's right. Caller number 6. Tell Mac that he's awesome.
Mac's
Tell him
awesome.
that you're happy that he's back. And then you have a chance at winning a $50 gift card from Booth Creek Wagyu, because that was Smash Your Pass brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf. Also, Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. Online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. Coming up on the other side, you have to be right. You have a right to be frustrated with Chris Jones, but Mac's going to try to bring you back. We'll do that. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear former Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson every Monday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching.
Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
BetMGM is inviting you to charge the field this pro football season. Existing BetMGM customers can have a ball without having to sweat. Log into your account to get a Pro Football No Sweat token. Apply the token to your next pro football bet. If you lose with the token attached, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. That's right. With the No Sweat token, you get your stake back in bonus bets if you don't win. There's nothing like a fresh set of downs. And that's just what BetMGM is offering if you don't win with a No Sweat token. Find your favorite matchup and be part of the action. Make this pro football season one for the ages. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com, because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com, because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations, or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store It's got twang.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Community America Credit Union. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union. Invested in you. Cody and Gold are broadcasting live tomorrow from Community America Credit Union's Red Friday tailgate in Raymore. Located at 1400 West Foxwood Drive. Meet the Chiefs cheerleaders and Casey Wolf. Grab Chiefs gear and win tickets to the Chiefs versus Lions game this weekend. This Friday only at Community America Credit Union in Raymore.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound construction has you slow coming in from Jackson Avenue. Off again, on again, heavy stuff stretches out towards the Paseo. Grandview Triangle 470 westbound heavy, 435 westbound sluggish from there to the state line. Allen Carr 96.5 The Fan traffic.
What's up, KC? It's Hollywood Brown. Tune in on game days to hear the play-by-play with Mitch, Danny, and Kling on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Hey, Mac, you want a cool stat? I'll give you two.
Hit me.
Tyquan Thornton's already set a career high in receiving yards and touchdowns. They've played 5 weeks.
I'm not surprised about that. I didn't know this guy before he came here to Kansas City, and he was with a New England team that, you know, what did you call Jared Mayo yesterday, the fill-in coach or something?
Oh, yeah, the other guy.
You're like, they had Belichick and the guy who filled in for a year.
Yeah, basically.
That was it.
That was it. No, it was funny the way he said it yesterday. I'm like, the guy who filled in for a year. Like they were waiting for Vrabel, which they probably were. I mean, Tennessee's a dysfunctional mess, as we know. It all starts with ownership down there. I feel bad for Bergonzi unless they're going to let him do his thing down there.
Shouldn't be long. Shouldn't be long.
No, but we kind of knew that, Vrabel wasn't going to be out long and Mayo stunk, and so he goes the guy who filled in for a year.
Yeah, they had that one guy. Couldn't even remember his name. The other stat I'll give you, Mac, which I think is actually kind of insane.
Okay.
Because it makes me think, like, how long have these guys actually played for these franchises? Matthew Stafford is on pace to pass Jared Goff in career wins by a Rams quarterback as early as this season. Wow. But wait, there's more. Jared Goff, meanwhile, is also on pace to pass Matthew Stafford in career wins by a Lions quarterback as early as 2027.
Oh, he's got to go that long?
Oh, he will.
Well, he probably will, but I didn't realize like Matthew Stafford had that many wins in Detroit. I thought you were going to say they would all pass it now because Goff and the Rams. I mean, they had some lean years before they got to be to the level that they are at right now. Right? I think ultimately they were a bad football team, and then they moved back to LA. They started to turn on, get really really good, and then Jared Goff got traded, and Matthew Stafford was on a team that never won any football games. So I'm not surprised. That would be pretty cool if Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff were both 1 and 2 in victories for both the Lions and Rams. That would be awesome.
Makes you wonder, there's ever been a better trade in football?
Yeah.
I mean, you mean that worked out for both parties?
Yeah, like equal.
It's a win-win.
I mean,
it is. Yeah.
Obviously, Stafford won the Super Bowl with the Rams, and Goff has gotten close, but playoff Goff is a little shaky.
He has been a little shaky,
right? He's 2-0 versus Patrick Mahomes.
He is, yeah. That 55-54 game.
Didn't that give them like Laporta and Gibbs too? Like it kind of changed their whole franchise.
St. Brown, is he in that?
St. Brown, yep. There you go.
But also too, I mean, it made the Rams better. I think you're right. That's like people always wonder who won the trade. Well, you'd like to have both teams win the trade. Like, honest to God, when you make a trade, neither team's, for the most part, they're not trying to screw the other team, right? You're trying to make a beneficial trade that works for both parties involved so you can continue to do business with that team. When you screw a team, they're out. You're not going to be able to do business with them. And so that is a trade where you look at it and go, that was a great trade for both parties. A lot of times they are one-sided trades, right? Like if you look at the Zach Greinke trade to Milwaukee, who benefited from that? Probably the Royals in the long run benefited from that, but the Brewers, I think with that, Zach Greinke ended up being in the postseason, and they had CC Sabathia there for a while, but the Royals ended up winning a championship. So they would be the ones that benefited most from that trade. But they swapped quarterbacks, man, and both organizations kind of just took off. And it was probably a good new lease on life for both of those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Jared Goff, 31 years old, came in the league in 2016. Matthew Stafford came in the league in 2009. Because you remember, if you do or don't, he was supposed to be Georgia's all-world team. they had, I believe, A.J. Green, Matthew Stafford, and no Sean Marino.
Oh, no Sean Marino, yeah.
Preseason number one just didn't happen.
No Sean, nothing in the NFL.
Well, he had that video of the tear coming out of his eye that looked like it was full of rivers and
that was his highlight.
Yeah, that really was. Yeah.
That was that team in Georgia, man. They were stacked. A.J. Green, dude.
Were they both the first overall pick, Goff and Stafford?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they both were, yeah.
Yeah,
which is crazy, though, being traded. Wow.
Yeah. Insane. So, Mac, you were gone, and you came back, and you got all your information of what was the topic on Tuesday. Because our poll question yesterday was, which player do you think the Chiefs will turn around the rest of the season? Or do you have belief will turn around the rest of the season? Chris Jones or Harrison Butker? And 60% of the people said Chris Jones.
Okay.
And you texted us, I'm back, boys, and I'm coming on the air tomorrow to defend my Chris Jones take. So I will hit the off button, and the floor is yours to defend why you think Chris Jones will turn it around.
Well, I would argue that he actually hasn't been
nice
as bad.
take, Mac. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Well, I know I kind of missed the boat on this. I'll make it quick. I would argue that he actually hasn't been as bad as people have said. It's a couple of plays that have stuck out to us that you have a right to be pissed off about. You should be pissed off about. Week 1 against the Chargers, him making a selfish play to try and go inside, giving Herbert that outside lane. And then, obviously, last week, him with popcorn in his hands, watching Trevor Lawrence fall to the ground twice and go to the end zone to win that game. If he just pushes a lineman back, literally does anything, he maybe prevents that play from happening. So you have a right to be frustrated. But I would argue that overall, his play's not really dropped off. He's top 5 in pressures and top 5 in win rate, and he's top 5 in double teams. He's getting double teamed as much as anyone in the league, meaning that you've got guys like Karlaftis, Dana, name your defensive lineman on the Chiefs that's not Chris Jones, constantly getting one-on-ones, and they are not winning as much as they need to. I know Karlaftis has those high-pressure numbers. I would argue that those are inflated and came mainly against a Ravens and a Giants team that isn't really worth much of a crap. I would say that we shouldn't argue or shouldn't judge defensive linemen based on the amount of tackles they have. We don't argue defensive backs based on their interceptions or passes defended, right? If a corner isn't getting past you or doesn't have interceptions, he's not good, he's not getting past you because he's covered. Chris Jones, offenses run away from where Chris Jones is, just like they don't throw to Trent McDuffie. So I would argue that we have to look at that a little bit. Jalen Carter has 3 tackles for the Philadelphia Eagles this season.
He also missed a game for spitting. No,
so let's say it's 5. Let's make it 5. Let's say he gets 2 tackles that game. No one's having a referendum on Jalen Carter or how good he is. I would just say this D-line is the biggest issue on this football team. There's no question. You have the right to be frustrated. Chris Jones is a part of it. But I would argue that George Karlaftis and those others are a bigger part of this D-line not doing and not performing up to the standard that we would set.
Well, the standard that we set are really for only 2 guys. It is Chris Jones and it is George Karlaftis. They're the guys who make money. We're asking rookies to be, veteran NFL players on that defensive line. I'm taking them out of the equation. So Derek Nottie needs to do better. Still a bad move by Brent. I don't really understand that one where you got rid of Pinnell and brought this guy back. Maybe it was Spags told him I really like Derek Nottie, and he made, because those are the conversations that take place. You go to your defensive coordinator, or your head coach, or whoever. If you're the general manager and you go, what do you want to do here? Like, who do you like? Who fits the system? What can I do to help you? That's the GM's job. And if Spags says, God, is there any way we can get Nottie back here? And then you go and get Derek Nottie, and he's been a total 0 for this team right now. And so, look, it comes with the territory. When you make the money, you're expected to be the guy that produces. And that's the way we need to continue to look at it. And Chris Jones's biggest problem is, when he's on, he is on, but when he is off, it's bad. It's really bad. It's sulking bad. It's pouting bad. It's standing around bad. He's not taking plays off and getting washed out by a guard or something like that you don't notice. This guy's literally standing there watching multiple plays the other night. That's what I think has people ticked off. You've got to go out there and give it your all. And if you're out there on the field, I expect maximum effort. And that was not maximum effort from Chris Jones the other night.
What's your opinion of him lining up on the edge? Yay or nay on that?
I mean, it depends on the situation. I think he's good on the edge. I think we use it because we have to, because the Chiefs don't have an actual edge rusher right now that they can count on more often than not. I know Karlaftis would be that guy. Karlaftis is a 3 in my mind. They're paying him and using him like he's a 2. In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like sometimes we're prisoner of the moment with people. Mm-hmm. Like we take the play that we see Chris Jones clearly standing there watching the play in, thinking that Trevor Lawrence was, down or whatever when clearly he wasn't. and then we use that to magnetize everything.
Yes.
We've done that with Harrison Butker a little bit. He's faltered more this year than we've seen maybe in the past, but we're taking the sample size of 3 to 4 times this year where he has done that and been like, that's it, it's over, it's done with. But it's, I will say there's time, right? There's time to get back in the swing of things because, to be fair to Chris Jones on that last drive, he was doing things to disrupt Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence put a dime in a basket to BTJ on the sideline.
Great throw.
I still think has a chance to be deflected. I don't know what Jalen Watson was doing over there.
He just got beat, man. It was a beautiful throw. It was a dime. I mean, it was dropped perfectly.
And it shouldn't have been a penalty. I'm not calling for a penalty, but there was a tiny little, and I don't think it should have been called. But it was nice by PTJ to have a little bit of arm extension.
Sure, there was, but even still, it was a great throw.
Throw.
There's nothing you can say. That throw was perfect. Like, it was a gorgeous, gorgeous throw. The guy's jumping, trying to knock this thing down. There's nothing he can do about it. It was just a perfect throw. We always want to blame our guys. Sometimes the other team just makes plays. They're paid professionals as well. But the problem that I have with Chris Jones is he is really good, but he is also epically bad at times. And he gets outside of himself and he pouts and he quits. And we have seen that more often than not. And Dusty kind of brought it up the other day, which I think is a brilliant point. This team, they don't lose great, they're great when it's winning, but when things go bad, they have a hard time dealing with adversity. They're not used to it, which is also a good thing. But it's professional sports. It's life. Life has adversity in it. You have to learn how to deal with adversity. And it seems like to me when adversity hits, Chris Jones becomes that only child who screams in the middle of the room until his mother gives him what he wants.
Coming up on the other side, we'll be joined by Nate Taylor of ESPN here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, guys, I'll tell you, you're sitting around and you're thinking to yourself, man, I wish I could go out there and play golf today, but man, my shoulder is barking right now. Or maybe you're thinking, I'd love to go for a nice long walk today, but my knees hurt. I just can't do that. And all you're hearing about are steroids and meds and surgery. But you know what? There are other options out there. My friends at QC Kinetics are doing great things all over the country, and patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. A simple injection, not a hospital stay. Fast and easy and all natural with no downtime. So if your back or your knees or your shoulder hurt all the time, explore all of your options. Be smart and don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices. Call QC Kinetics and get a free consultation. Exercise your freedom to look beyond the same old solutions. Call them now, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Appointments available on Saturdays off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone with QC Kinetics.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
It's football season, and I can't wait for the games. And now I have even more reason to cheer on the Chiefs. I just head to Hy-Vee the day after any game and score savings at the pump with my Hy-Vee Perks card. Win or lose, I earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score based on the amount I spend. If the Chiefs score 35 points, I save 35 cents per gallon when I spend $35 on groceries. The more we score, the more I save only at Hy-Vee. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound, still off again, on again, heavy into downtown from Truman, crossing over 670 into the downtown loop. 71 northbound, slow rolling from 87th up towards Gregory, and it stays off again, on again, slow up towards 55th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
I'm just really upset with the Cincinnati Bengals. You see who they were looking at before they gave Joe Flacco the contract?
Anybody?
They're looking at my boy, Drew Lock.
Oh.
Dude, he would have thrived in Cincinnati.
That would have been fun for you.
Is he in Seattle again?
I think he's still there as a backup.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'd have been chucking it down the field to Chase.
Yeah, he would have.
Chase would have loved his aura. Drew Lock would have been good for that team. Because Joe Flacco with that offensive line, are you excited? All right.
What about Drew Lock with that offensive line, or any quarterback with that offensive line?
Drew Lock can be mobile. Like, at least he can get out of there.
I think they're bringing in a quarterback that's not going to upstage Joe Burrow. You know, that's what it is. You know that nobody's going to be clamoring to keep Joe Flacco if they win a couple of games and want Joe Burrow back. You bring in a guy like Jameis Winston or something like that, fans may go like, oh, let's just keep him. He's never hurt.
I don't know about that.
I don't think that.
They'd say keep him and then get rid of him within 2 throws.
Maybe.
Yeah. What a throw by Jameis. That's what we needed. Oh, gosh, pick 6. Get him out of here.
But that organization needs to invest in their backup quarterback because Joe Burrow is not reliable.
Mm-hmm. Or their offensive line would be where I would start.
Yeah. Well, but
could have had Josh Simmons.
Could have, yeah. They hate that pick, yeah. But they've got Orlando Brown. They're fine. So no, I think they really need. Like, if there's one team that truly does need to invest in their backup quarterback, it is the Cincinnati Bengals because he has proven that he can't stay healthy and he's missed more time than he's played. I think at this point, you know.
From Pro Football Rumors, Drew Lock and Sam Howell were among the Bengals' potential quarterback targets before they settled on Joe Flacco.
I wonder if these other teams just didn't want to trade those guys, or they needed a quarterback now, and Seattle's like, I don't know, call me in a week or so. Like, we got nothing. We got to make a move now. And Cleveland has got a dumpster full of quarterbacks that are no good, and so they're all right, fine, we'll send you Joe Flacco.
I do get that. Locke would at least add more vibes. It'd be more positive. It'd be more fun. Flacco's like a wet fart kind of thing.
But we've all seen it, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
If I put the over-under, because who do they play this week?
They play the Packers. That's why you went and got him. Yeah. I mean, people are questioning why you went and got Joe Flacco. It's pretty simple. He beat the Green Bay Packers with the Browns.
All right, here you go, Mac. More tackles this week from Chris Jones or more sacks from Micah Parsons?
Let's go Chris Jones.
I'm going to go with Micah Parsons. He's going against that bad bad offensive line and Joe Flacco.
Look how he sacked Joe Flacco on this play.
Essentially what's going to happen is you're going to have Micah Parsons basically playing 7-on-7 out there. That's a 7-on-7 game.
Yeah, you remember that time when the Chiefs' defensive line was really good and they played in Denver and they sacked Joe Flacco like 8 times?
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, they're going to get Joe Flacco a lot. Yeah, no, I'll take the Micah Parsons number. Seriously, let's watch that over the weekend. See what the bigger number is: Chris Jones tackles or Micah Parsons sacks. And I think it's probably like if Micah Parsons gets 2 sacks, that's a big day. Obviously,
huge. I
don't know that Chris Jones is going to get credited with 2 tackles. He hasn't yet this year.
Credit where credit's due. Paul Skeens sent out a Instagram story. Now, my buddy has one of these. Shout out to Donnie Funk, by the way.
Do they use this thing?
Oh, yeah. So
Really?
they live in a nice neighborhood in Lee Summit, and they got this. What we're talking about is Paul Skeens has a hot dog roller.
Right,
in
he's
his
got the
kitchen.
roller in his kitchen.
Because why wouldn't you? Right?
Exactly.
You know, Livy likes him, you like him. Happy wife, happy life. And I know they're not married yet. But my buddy Donnie, it was his wife's birthday, and he was like, "We're gonna do it at the neighborhood pool. Come over. I bought this hot dog griller." And I was like, "No, you didn't." He's like, "Oh yeah."
How much are these things?
I don't know. He could text me and let me know. I know he listens daily.
I bet you they're under $100.
And not only that, he went to Quick Trip and asked if they could buy stuff. You just give Quick Trip a week in advance, and they'll be like, "Hey man, yeah, come back up here on Friday, and I'll give you a box of like frozen taquitos because it ain't just hot dogs you can put on this."
No, you can put anything on. Oh, Quick Trip will sell you a box of frozen taquitos?
I believe so.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, they'll sell you anything. It's capitalism,
Yeah, the
right?
Funk Master, man, he bought a hot dog roller. It was
Okay.
awesome. You just throw them on there, and you get right back in the pool. Get out to get a new drink, check them. Oh, they look all right. Hey, hot dogs are done. Come get them.
you don't have to
if
worry
you take
about
the last one. Cooler's got the Nathans in there. Put them out. Put them on.
Put them on, yeah.
Great idea.
Oh, I do. Does he have the sign that says the stuff is cooked behind this sign like
No,
Quick Trip does or
I
anything
wish.
like that?
Not ready.
Yeah.
I think I'll take that one.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Take
a
the
kind
not
of,
ready
but that's
one.
kind of one of those like unnecessary but necessary flexes.
Yeah, I think it is, right? I
You
think
have
it's
any
I think
ideas
it's
of
cool.
what you'd have in your house?
Yeah, I would absolutely 100% put a steam room in my house if I could do
Can't
that.
you buy those at Costco?
You can buy saunas.
Oh, okay.
The steam room is, it's plumbing and all that kind of stuff. It would take a lot to put that in, and I think anyway. But I would love to have a steam room in my house. What about you? If you could flex, what would you be flexing on?
Damn.
Because I thought that hot dog roller grill was kind of a cool
I think I'd
flex.
have like the movie theater basement.
Oh, that is
That'd
good.
be
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, I love that.
Because you don't have to just watch movies down there. Like, hey fellas, you want to come over and watch the Chiefs game in the movie theater? Because my buddies, 2 of them have a popcorn machine at their house. They have
okay.
tons of kids.
Yeah.
You throw that thing up and they're inside and they leave you alone.
Right.
But yeah, man, I would have that movie theater setting downstairs. I mean, that's obviously a flex, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, what do you
Yeah.
guys want to watch? We watch a game at my house. All right, you have a TV. What size is your TV? First off, Richard question if you ask that.
Does anybody ask that though?
We have a guy in our text group.
You got to be kidding. Is he doing it on purpose, like to be funny, or is he being serious about
No,
it?
we'll be like, hey, watching the game at my house. How big's your TV?
No, come on.
It's happened twice.
What's
I
his
have proof.
cutoff? I want to know what his.
Yeah, like where? Oh, you only have a 72-inch. My lowest is 79.
Yeah.
What is that?
What kind of question is that? What a jackass.
That's
like, are you
amazing.
going to bring your own TV if
Yeah.
it's not big enough? Like, if you ask, what are you serving, and I'm diabetic or
You just wanna fit
vegan
the
or
theme,
something,
too.
yeah, that
hey,
is
we're
well
doing tacos. Bring whatever. Hey,
Yeah.
has anybody said they're bringing guac and salsa? No, it's yours. Perfect.
done. Yeah, but I mean, like that kind of stuff I can ask. But what size is your? Look, you're invited over, man. If you're coming, you're not. Or you're coming. If you're not, you're not. It's not going to be because you don't think my TV's big enough.
That's almost the same as like if you go on a date and the girl texts you, so how big's your hog? Well, that's hopefully.
I don't think that's really happened on a first date. I mean, maybe it has. I'm sure it has. Has it happened to you?
No.
The way you did the I'm like, oh,
I don't know. I don't go on many dates. Clearly,
Dusty or Dusty Mac. What would be your flex?
Full court basketball court in my house.
Inside?
Oh, inside
court?
Inside court.
Inside court. I had a friend that had that. That was fun.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
former
with the-
baseball player.
that's
Yeah,
sick.
it was awesome.
Yeah, the lines and everything.
Yeah, it was
that's what
fun.
yeah.
We used to go out there all the time and play.
Yeah,
Also,
buddy of mine had one of those.
Walmart, like $70.
Yeah, I told you. I
Hot
don't think
dog
they're
roller?
probably under $100 for one of those
There you
things.
go.
It's still a flex, though. It's not an expensive flex, but it's a flex. You walk into somebody's house and you see a hot dog roller in there, you're thinking, dude, this guy's awesome. This guy's got a hot dog roller. How cool is that?
Somebody says you have to know your friend's TV setup. Don't ask, but be aware of what you're getting into. I mean, like legit, how big is your TV? Well, it's a Toshiba box.
we're asking you over to hang with the guys and to do this kind of stuff. It's about fellowship, bro. If you want it, great. If you don't, fine.
This is the text I always
don't
send.
Ask how big somebody's TV is.
This is the text I always send to my buddies coming from the 816. The only appropriate question that you can ask to go when you go to someone's house for game day is, are your kids going to be there?
Yeah, that's a fair question. Are the kids going to be around?
You know?
If not, great. If they are, I'll bring mine and we'll put them upstairs and they can hang out together.
From the 816, I would tell that guy it's 19 inches. Don't come.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, seriously, yeah, it's about 19-incher. It's black and white. Oh, okay.
Well, I guess if I had the ultimate flex, which would fit my personality, I'd have the man shed that would just be golf simulator.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to go play Pebble Beach? Go play 18 real quick?
I think there's a guy in my neighborhood that has it. I hear this guy hitting golf balls all day long.
Must be nice. I would love that. Does anybody have a hookup on a simulator? Because I have a garage. I think it.
You could probably put it in there.
I think so. I don't
There's
know.
a new place that's a simulator out over by Jasper's that just opened. I don't know if you've been to this place yet, but Jasper was telling me about it. He goes, it's unbelievable.
There's one in Lee Summit.
You go in there, you play any golf course you want, and do all this kind of stuff. A lot of fun.
Somebody says from the 816, my TV is the size of a redwood. You can't miss it.
That's exactly right. Thank you, Travis. Yeah. What a question. What size is your TV?
I don't want to tell you.
Yeah. Have you been here before? No. Oh, okay. Well, then it's 19 inches. So,
and nowadays, like, doesn't everybody basically have at least a 60-inch TV at their house? Because remember when TVs first came out, it was like, I'll never have that. And then 5 years later, you're, 42-inch like Samsung's like $399 at Target.
Oh, that's the thing. They're a dime a dozen.
I don't even know if they're $399 at Target.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We just bought like a 72-inch for the basement for the kids because, I got to have that, right? $299.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but
you go to Costco, it's right there. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You walk right in, it's like glasses, TVs.
Right.
At least the one in Independence is.
No, they're all the same way.
And then plants.
Yeah, they're all right there. The TVs are when you walk in. But I always, I'll go to a Best Buy or someplace like that because they let you finance it. Costco, you got to pay for it all up front.
40 years paying $1.99.
That's exactly right. I'll do that every day of the week, man.
Speaking of Redwood, there's clarification of that song.
Wood, great soundtrack. How do you feel about Wood? Let's ask this. How do you feel about Wood?
It's a great song.
It's a great song?
Yeah.
Do you feel like do you feel cocky? Do you feel cocky about the song Wood?
No. Any song that she
that's
references me
That's
in
not just any song. This is a very specific you.
I love that girl. So what do you mean? Any song that she would reference me in any
Well, it's not
way
just you
or
though.
form.
It's an appendage. It's not just you as a
What?
It's a very specific thing.
I think you're not understanding the song.
You're out of your mind. Come on. Redwood tree ain't hard to see. I thought redwood was a little bit, that's a generous word, I think. I think if somebody wrote a song about me, it'd be like Japanese maple sometimes can see.
You knew
Men's
Jason
wieners.
Kelsey had his content for the entire episode when that song came out.
Oh,
I mean,
Jason, talk about 50 other two dudes in that locker room, too.
Oh,
you know?
100%.
yeah, because we'll be there this Sunday.
Heck yeah.
I'm hoping they win to see if they play that song in the locker room.
That would be awesome. That'd be great.
Because he would have to answer. I'm like, who put this on the playlist?
Yeah. You think he would ask?
I don't think he has to.
Yeah.
I think it just kind of comes with the
gonna happen,
territory.
yeah.
Hey, Travis, here we go. Because it does kind of bop. Like the song.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Did you guys?
It's one of the three good ones on the album.
One of three?
Yeah, I wasn't overwhelmed by this album. My kids weren't overwhelmed by this album. This album hit more for moms than it did for the girls, I think, this time around. And I know that because I have moms and, teenage girls in my house. And so I know what they're saying. My wife loved the album, thought it was great. My kids are like, I don't need to hear a song about Travis, like they were like kind of weirded out by that, I think, more than anything. And I was like, look, she's 35 years old now. She's now more probably starting to be more appealing and whatnot to the moms than to the kids, because the kids, they're on to the, Olivia Rodrigo, whoever's next, and whatnot. And even one of my daughters was like, that didn't really sound like Taylor, what I'm used to. And I didn't really care for that album. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I mean, she set the streaming records yesterday, but people older, the moms, they love that one. The Ophelia song I thought was really good. And what is the I said it on the Instagram. Yeah, Opalite song. I really like that one as well. And then obviously Wood is the one that everybody's talking about. But I didn't walk away from that album going, wow, this is the greatest album that Taylor's ever done or anything like that. I walked away from that album going, it's a couple of good songs, and I understand why the kids probably are a little, huh? What was this?
Yeah,
Redwood.
Yeah,
it wasn't what we're used to, right? But she's maturing. She's a different artist today than she was singing Teardrops on My Guitar and Tim McGraw. It's just a completely different. She talks about the eras all the time. This is now probably her adult era, and that's okay.
It's also her happy era.
It's also her very happy era.
Much different music. That was Hannah's biggest takeaway. She's like, yeah, I just kind of liked it more.
And Jack Antonoff's not a producer of the album.
And that was another thing. You brought that up on Friday, and I was talking to the kids about that, and they're like, yeah, that makes a big difference. He's like legit, and he was really good, and they were like, she needs to get back and working with Jack Antonoff because this album without him was not something we liked. And I was like, just having the conversations with the kids was really cool about this Taylor Swift album. That's why I listened to it twice before I got him on Friday, because I wanted to know what it was all about, what the songs were. And then Dusty had that, one about the director not being involved and the producer not being involved anymore. And it's a different sounding album from anything she's ever done. And again, that's okay. It's okay to grow, and do different things.
It's like Brady going to the Bucks.
Yeah.
At New England, it was, ticky-tacky down the sideline last second. And then you look at, he goes to the Bucks and he's throwing for 5,000 yards, 48 touchdowns almost every year he was there.
Yeah. He never had a guy. Well, Randy Moss, obviously, but then Mike Evans and
anybody else. But he had Godwin, Evans, and Antonio Brown for a short period of time.
Well, remember that incident too. That was great. Him quitting in the middle of a game.
All right, let's go to Nate Taylor.
He's the only man in history to win a race in a hot dog costume and break national NFL news.
It's Baby Ralphie.
Here's Nate Taylor from ESPN with Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
That's right, ESPN Zone, Nate Taylor, Chiefs beat writer for ESPN. All right, Nate, this game on Sunday, we going to see more Noah Williams or no?
Yes, I think the Chiefs quite understand that, based on the fireworks that the Lions can present, especially with Ramon St. Brown sort of in the slot. Yeah, it would be helpful to have Trent McDuffie out there, which means you need Noah Williams to be on the perimeter. It appears that, Christian Fulton's going to be playing in this game. We haven't really seen him much just because of the ankle injury he's been having really since the start of the season. So, in terms of like a per down basis, outside of Trent McDuffie, their second best cornerback is either Jalen Watson, which has mostly been the case, or Noah Williams on a smaller snap count basis. He needs to be out there. I know he's very good in press man coverage. I know he's a willing tackler. It was it's probably one of the oddest decisions that Steve Spagnuolo made to not really play him much and move Chamari Conner down to the nickel spot, which has, again, been very troubling in terms of results. It's like, hey, let's put him on Travis Hunter, and it's like, that's not going to go well. So, yeah, let's see Noah Williams, whether that's Jameson Williams, whether that's Ramon St. Brown in the outside. He needs to get, as much game experience as possible because he has shown he's got plenty of talent. And the faster he can improve between now and the end of the regular season, the better the Chiefs defense, I believe, can be because it puts Chamari Conner back in his natural spot as a safety.
Where are we on the two rookies on the defensive line, Nate? Because the defensive backs have been playing really good. They'll play better if we start getting more pressure on that quarterback from the front four. It's not happening, just the four guys alone.
Yeah.
Where are we on the two young guys on this team right now?
Yeah. Through 5 games, it's become abundantly clear they need the kids to play and play a lot. I just want to remind everybody that without Omar Norman Lott, who missed Monday's game because of a shoulder, and look, he's on track to play Sunday against the Lions, there's really no one who has actual pass rushing juice or potential to get better over the course of the season that's not playing the same spot as Chris Jones. You know what you're going to get from Derek Nottie, which is, decent snaps on first down to stop the run, which the Chiefs have been very good at. But in terms of, giving Chris Jones an ability to have a little bit of rest, right? To where it's not entirely on him to get pressure through the middle of the interior. It's really just Omar Norman Lott. Like, he has to play, I think, the remainder of these games. He's that valuable because it gives Chris Jones the ability to, like, I don't know, have a rest. Like, one of the more wild stats to me is that your oldest and your best defensive lineman, Chris Jones, had to play the most snaps of anybody on that defensive line against Jacksonville. And for some reason, I know Steve Spagnuolo values veteran players, but I think it's clear that you should probably put more investment in the Ashton Gelati development versus, Mike Dana, who has just not played well this year. Like, he's a guy that knows everything in the system. He's a versatile player, but for one reason or another, he has not had the same impact he had in 2023, right? So you need Ashton Gelati to be a nice mix to the Charles Omenihu and the George Karlaftis, mix that the Chiefs have right now. I think it's clear that Charles Omenihu is probably their second best edge rusher, which isn't saying a ton, but at least he's starting to play better over these last 2 weeks. Ashton Gelati, I think, only had like 25 snaps, which seems wildly low, considering that the Chiefs were ahead for most of the game. So, again, if you need pass rushing juice, it's time to rely on the kids because those are the players right now where you can see actual potential, and they need to start cultivating that as we get, past the first, third of the season, and they really need to play a lot more in the second third of the season. Really starting Sunday against the Lions. I mean, I cannot stress this enough that the Lions have a good offensive line, but it can be, the pocket can be crushed. I think that's what we've seen because of the lack of mobility from Jared Goff. And you need Gelati and you need Omar Norman Lott to sort of be part of the equation in terms of just getting more consistent pressure on a down-to-down basis from the defensive line.
When you look at this game against the Lions, is there more concern in their secondary or more concern with the Chiefs' defensive line?
Man, that's a tough question. Because the Lions have the ability to throw the ball pretty well in the intermediate and deep areas of the field, because they have such good running backs, I want to say secondary because, again, the Chiefs don't have, like, amazing safety play, but they have competent safeties when, Chamari Connor is allowed to be a safety. Jaden Hicks, I thought, did really well over these last couple weeks, sort of in that Justin Reed sort of role, but everybody's got to play the right spot, especially against this offense. Like, these guys are scoring 30 consistently over the last 4 weeks. I know they played the Ravens, who are not good. I know they played the Bengals, who are not good, but they still got plenty of fireworks. And, Sam Laporta is just out there. Like, he doesn't even have to be, like, a total focal point of the offense, but he's that good. He's that capable. I don't know who gets the assignment for Sam Laporta, but I would say the secondary, just because this is a game where you can't really be tinkering. You can't experiment. You can't really fool around. Like, you need your best 5 to 6 defensive backs to be in their proper spots, and you really need Trent McDuffie to be excellent so that he can cut off half the field. So I would say, even though Jared Goff is, not the most dynamic, he's not going to be running around the way we thought we saw Trevor Lawrence on Monday. But at the same time, I think, he can deliver the football on time, and your secondary needs to be ready.
Nate Taylor with us here on 96.5 The Fan. Can that Jacksonville game be used the same way the Tennessee game was years ago, or the Bengals AFC Championship game, where you hit that? I hate to use the term rock bottom. Let's just use it for argument's sake here, where you feel like you've hit that rock bottom and you bounce up and you use that as the turning point of the season. Does Jacksonville give you those same vibes? The Raider game on Christmas Day, the Bengal Championship game, the Tennessee game from a few years ago before they won that first Super Bowl. Are you getting that same vibe that the Jacksonville game is going to have those same type of effects as other games did?
Well, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that that game was that hectic, that weird, I was sort of in the press box after the game trying to write my story, and I was just laughing at moments because it is truly awe-striking how they lost that game. And it is very emblematic of like that Tennessee loss in 2019 where you just have to laugh because you're like, how in the world did they lose that game? Like, how in the world do you give up a 14-point lead when you were dominating the entire first half? So, yes, I think this is good for the Chiefs, but it will start to become worrisome for me if they don't actually start applying the lessons that they've learned through 5 weeks. What has been clear to me, and I know I'm not the first person to say this, and I know there's probably someone in the car or at the office sort of saying yes, but like this game proved to them, I believe, that, hey, you're still one of the topper echelon teams, but you got to have a killer instinct. You cannot, under any circumstance, play with your food. You can't have 13 penalties. That's embarrassing in and of itself, beyond letting, Trevor Lawrence fall to the turf, get up, survey the field, and realize, oh, I can still score. Even though the Jags have no timeouts and there's less than 30 seconds left in the game. So again, it's a comical way in which they lost, and it's much easier to laugh than to throw things across the room. But okay, it's time to start applying why you're the better team, right? It's time to start showing over the course of 60 minutes that, hey, you need to have better focus. You need to have better concentration. You need to execute at a higher rate. You can't just say, okay, well, we're up, so we're clearly better, which means like the other team isn't going to like keep trying. Like that's one of the better things about these young up and coming teams is that they are not necessarily afraid because you haven't demonstrated over 5 games that you're willing to just dominate from start to finish. They had an opportunity to do that. I know Andy Reid is not thrilled with the lack of execution and the lack of just concentration, honestly. Like, this team is very undisciplined, but they're so freaking talented. So, again, it's easier to laugh than to cry, but I agree. Like, this should be the last lesson, the last major lesson that this team needs for the first third of the season, where you say, okay, it's starting to come together on offense. You have enough talent on defense. Just provide the killer instinct more times than not. Like, if you get up on the Lions, do not, under any circumstance, start to, take the gas off. Don't play with your food. Like, it's so clear to me that if the Chiefs just stop doing dumb stuff, they will win the majority of their games moving forward this season, because they are that talented. But they gotta start with themselves, and that game on Monday should serve them well, because that was pretty embarrassing.
No doubt about it. Nate Taylor of ESPN joins us every Thursday. Nate, Mac, and I'll see you on Sunday night, and keep doing your job, man. Keep doing that wonderful work at ESPN.
Yes, sir, fellas. Thank you again.
Absolutely. That's Nate Taylor of ESPN. Coming up, Bleacher Report talked about championship gene, what you need to do for the Kansas City Royals. We talk about some names that might come to the team if you had a wish list here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Leo Chanel, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Park & Go are going to help you get the best when it comes to airport parking, because that's what they do. These guys are fantastic. First and foremost, every spot is covered at Park & Go, so you know your car's always going to be protected from the elements. And for us, Park & Go makes it so easy to make reservations. We do it immediately after we book our flight. We go to bookparkandgo.com or their easy-to-use app and make our flight reservation or a parking reservation after the flight reservation. And once I make my reservation with Park & Go, I prepay. I get their lowest rate, I save money, and I'm set. I'm ready to go. Show up on the day of your flight, give them that reservation number, and they will direct you right to that covered parking spot they have reserved specifically for you. And then you're ready to go, because the van's right there. They pick you up right away, and they grab your bags, throw them on the bus, and you're off to the airport terminal. And when you get back, just grab your bags and jump onto the bus right there on the curb, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So do what we did and join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park & Go, family owned and operated.
Hey, Zach,
Are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbors' attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet. And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results. Faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford. On a mission to do more, view our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com. East side 70 westbound, a little slow around 31st Street. Moves better over past Van Brunt, getting into a construction zone there. Kansas side 35 southbound, slow with an accident at Johnson Drive. You're building delays towards Antioch. At Shawnee Mission Ford, you get it all. A great selection of new Fords, plus a lifetime powertrain warranty, along with the 1-year Select Plus protection. View our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com. From America, for America, Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Back here on 96.5 The Fan, as baseball continues to roll through the playoffs. Teams slowly but surely getting eliminated. Yankees season done last night. Philadelphia hanging on by a string.
I just told you in break, there is no room for error in the baseball playoffs. And Dusty's like, for anyone. I'm like, no, for anyone. It doesn't matter, man. Like, the minute you make a mistake, it seems like the other teams are just capitalizing on this right now.
Right. Yeah, you just, like, I was watching a little bit of that Cubs and Brewers game, and they were talking about how, Pete Crow Armstrong and Kyle Tucker have been, quote unquote, struggling in the postseason. Kyle Tucker hitting 400, but
struggling.
But he has 5 singles and nothing else.
Yeah.
So he has 5 hits and 20 at bats, and they're all singles.
But what is everybody else doing? Because it seems like to me now, because of this Aaron Judge saga that's been going on, like if you're a great player in baseball, you better reach the World Series and win it and dominate in your first year. Otherwise, people will say, well, he's not living up to it. I mean, Kyle Tucker is doing his job, and he's hitting 400. That's a Hall of Fame career, right? If you extrapolate it out. So I don't think the Cubs should be mad at him. It's everybody else that isn't getting the job done, right? I think in baseball, it's harder. Like in football, your stars can rise to the occasion. They can control the game a little bit more than a guy with a stick standing in there trying to hit a 100-mile-an-hour pill flying at him, right? So I think in football, it's easier to kind of raise that level of play, and I think we've kind of carried that over into the baseball mantra of like, if you're a superstar, you better be a superstar in October, otherwise you're not a superstar. Sometimes I think maybe we have our expectations a little out of whack. I don't know, but I mean that's the era in which we live, right? We pay these guys, we expect them to do good things,
right? So just doing like quick research because. You had found this article of Bleacher Report saying that the Royals should go out and overspend. And they said the name they want to get is Trent Grisham,
right?
Who, again, great regular season,
right?
Fell short in the playoffs. It was terrible for the Yankees in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if you're...
I mean, really, everybody was outside of Judge when you look at it. I mean, if Aaron Judge doesn't have his night in Game 3, the Yankees are swept.
Right. And you look at, the window of opportunity is a lot of people think the Chiefs' window of that dynasty is shutting. The Royals could possibly be opening up back-to-back winning seasons, a playoff miss this year, but a playoff game last year. And there's no secret, the eyes in the skies for the Royals are the fans that watch the game. They want an outfield bat. And there's not a lot out there.
Let me rephrase that. They need an outfield bat.
Correct. And you look at the right fielders that are available. And some of you, maybe some of you, I don't know, all of you, want to see Mike Yastrzemski come back on this team. He's 35, but the name at the top for right fielders is the previous mentioned Kyle Tucker.
Hell yes.
Gonna cost you. He's 29 years old. So, look, it depends, right? Like when it comes to this team, there's people that want Mr. Sherman to spend, and he has, but it's been within his own team. So some people will say, that's positive. I love to see that. You locked up Reagans, Lugo, Bobby.
And that would look, we couldn't lock up a guy for our lives with Glass running this franchise.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because that's where I'm at. Because I remember for years, friends of mine, colleagues, one of which has a birthday tomorrow, was like, there's no way they're going to give Bobby Witt Jr. money. Prove to me why they would. And that's perfect, right? Like there is no proof that they would give Bobby Witt Jr. all that money. And because we still go back to the days of like they gave Gil Mesh $55 million.
But that was a different organization.
Correct,
now.
It was.
Yeah, I think it's unfair for people to judge the Royals as the Royals right now because they're not the Royals anymore. They're John Sherman's team, and he's running it completely different than Glass did. Glass wouldn't open his pocketbook and buy name brand ibuprofen, for God's sakes. I mean, that's a true story. They wouldn't have Advil. They had the Equate brand down in the clubhouse, and guys were pissed about that in the early years. So when people say that's not typical of the Royals, I think that's unfair because John Sherman isn't the typical Royals,
But to give it fairness, that's all we had.
I know, it's true.
Like, that's our stat sheet.
Right.
It was Beltran and all these guys, like no shot at Mike Sweeney, but they could have given them both like separate. Like,
well, they offered them both the same contract, and Beltran said no, and Sweeney said yes, and that's where we are.
Okay. And you look at what this team could do, and the rumors of last year to go get Santander in right field. Ends up getting hurt, has a horrible year for Toronto, hasn't really played well. I mean, he did all right the other night, had 2 RBIs, I think, against the Yankees in that magical game that was the Aaron Judge, the come from behind, and then last night was a wet fart.
Huge wet fart,
But Kyle Tucker is the top list. Everybody else in this group is kind of either has-beens, like Starling Marte's on this list of right fielders, Jason Hayward, Hunter Renfroe.
I can't believe Jason Hayward is still a name that's being thrown out there. And Hunter Renfroe is not a Major League Baseball player anymore.
But a guy like Max Kepler's on that list that maybe you
Does
just
anything
need.
really do that for you, though?
But I ask, what do you need?
You need an
somebody.
outfielder.
Do you need somebody for a year or 2, or do you need somebody that you want to lock up? Because Kyle Tucker would be going into age 30 and probably getting a 5-year contract. So you're gonna be locked up with him. Now, when you look at DHs or other bats, if you want to get a bat. There's names like Kyle Schwarber, Marcelo Ozuna, Jock Peterson, Andrew McCutcheon, Eloy Jimenez.
A lot of those guys I liked 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing that I think the Royals are going to run into is the fact that there's going to be players that aren't really worth maybe the contract. And you have to worry about that as well because we know too well that if they go get somebody and they don't perform, this town will crush them
immediately.
And I wouldn't be hesitant to maybe see what Cody Bellinger wants. He will be a free agent. Luis Robert, he's the youngest one of the group, but I don't know if what he's going to do.
They're going to hang on to him, and hopefully he, again, like this is rinse repeat with Louis Robert. It's like, let's hope he gets off to a fast start and trade him, and we've tried that now for 2 consecutive years in Chicago, and he hasn't gotten off to a hot start. And so he's one I love him in the outfield. His bat right now isn't very good. Who was the guy that you said prior to Louis Robert that you mentioned? Bellinger.
I like that.
I like that move.
I like that a lot.
He's an MVP. He's an all-star. He's a guy that can play multiple positions, for you and kind of get after it.
Only a year older than Tucker.
And he's mature. And baseball 30, that doesn't bother me like the NFL does. And in baseball, you see these guys play forever and a day, right? It's a little bit different. Not the wear and tear on your body, obviously, that the NFL is. But in baseball, like I still think the Royals' best opportunity to get better is to trade, Noah Cameron. I'll stick to that to the day I'm dead, right? I just think that's their best opportunity to go out and get better, especially in a market like the Royals where the spending is not what it is in L.A. or in New York. And so it's easier, if you will, to acquire a good player when you do it via trade than get into a bidding war, in free agency. The Santander, we offered him 60, Toronto gave him 90. I mean, it's a huge chasm of a difference, and so it's hard to compete from a money standpoint. That's why I still think the trade is the best opportunity for these guys to go out and get that bat and, and to get better. But also, too, then you look at the postseason, Dusty. It's completely different than the regular season. You mash all regular season long, and then you get into the postseason, and you got to play small ball, It completely changes what you try to do. The home runs don't fly like they do in the regular season. It's dominated by pitching. Like, if the Royals were to get in the playoffs this past year, we were talking about it yesterday, oh my God, they probably had the best rotation in the postseason. I mean, they would have had an opportunity to win some games had they been able to get into the postseason. So maybe you refocus what you're trying to do, and instead of going and acquiring a bat that may be hard to acquire, you just go out and you get single and double hitters, you get guys that are fast on the bases, and you play that whitey ball style that we saw in the 80s, and you just got to reinvent the game like the Royals did in 14 and 15 with speed and bullpen. Maybe that's where we are now in order to, get past the, being able to acquire the big bat. Maybe they just need to reinvent the game like they did in 14 and 15. The other thing is, too, I'm interested to see what these free agent contracts are going to be like with the impending labor stoppage happening, too. Our team's going to want to get into long-term deals, or players going to be looking for these long-term deals, like how that, and our team's going to want to sign long-term deals if they don't know what the financial future is after this season.
College football coverage on 96.5 The Fan is brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light and Tanner's are teaming up to make every college game day legendary. Every Saturday, rep your college team, catch every play, and enjoy $15 buckets only at Kansas area Tanner locations. Bud Light and Tanner's, from the stands to the bar, your game day headquarters. Game day headquarters in North Carolina will be absent of one individual very, very soon because of everything that came out yesterday. We dive into the Bill Belichick saga here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Josh Simmons, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics are ready to help you feel better, right? I know you're waking up every morning and you're thinking, man, I just don't know what I'm going to do about this knee pain, or I got this shoulder pain. I can't play golf anymore, and there's just nothing that's working for me right now. Well, it's time to look beyond traditional medicine. That's why QC Kinetics is so successful. People with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. And get this, it's a simple injection. It's not a hospital stay. It's fast. It's all natural. And you know what? There's no downtime at all. So if your back or your knees or your shoulders are hurting all the time, explore all of your options. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices. Call QC Kinetics. Get that free consultation. Thousands of patients around the country are finding a better life with QC Kinetics' amazing regenerative treatments. So call them now to get scheduled. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Appointments available on Saturday off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. QC Kinetics.
For over 30 years, we've been crafting more than jewelry.
We've been crafting love stories. This is Gene at House of Diamonds, where our jewelry tells a story, your story. Unlike big-name designers mass-producing so-called exclusive designs by the thousands in overseas factories, we create one-of-a-kind masterpieces by hand right here in our shop. Our custom designs are just that, custom. Designed and crafted with you, for you, and only you. Every custom ring, pendant, or bracelet from House of Diamonds is as unique as the person wearing it. And also, unlike those big-name designers, we'll never use lab diamonds to pad our profits. I've watched prices of lab diamonds drop 90% in the last 2 years, but I'm pretty sure those big designers are still charging the same or more for that big name and designer box. Real stories deserve real diamonds, and one-of-a-kind love deserves one-of-a-kind designer jewelry. Come to House of Diamonds for over 30 years on the southeast corner of College and Quivira.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Hey, shh.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6812. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6812. That's 800-575-6812. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Grandview 49 northbound, slow with trouble past 140th Street. Kansas side 35 southbound, slow rolling from 75th Street down towards the split with 69 Highway with an accident reporting and construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Listen to the Chiefs and Lions on Sunday night with pregame starting at 4, kickoff at 7:20 with Mitch, Danon, and Kling right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, and Odyssey Sports Station.
October 9th is National what day? Do you know it?
Today,
Yeah.
October 9th, is National...
It's got to be one of your worst, most hated national days. It's National Moldy Cheese Day.
Oh.
Yeah. What?
Oh.
You don't like that blue cheese?
I thought you were going to say it's National Missouri Day.
That
or
blue
something.
cheese, stanky.
National Moldy Cheese Day.
That's right.
BBL stinky. Why do we need that?
And Panda Awareness Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
Panda Awareness Day?
Yeah, I'll accept that. Let's be aware.
Moldy Cheese Day. Let's be clear. Not all mold is created equal. Yeah. It says your friendly neighborhood cheesemonger, the guru who specializes in cheese, can guide you through this flavorful frontier. Think of them as sommeliers for dairy. But here's a quick guide to know which molds are friends and which are foes.
Yeah, I'm out.
All of them.
Yeah, I'm done, yeah. If it smells like feet, I'm out.
So you can't eat Gorgonzola.
No, I'll eat that. That's
Okay.
fine, yeah.
It's mild.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Maytag Blue. Tangy, creamy, yet crumbly. I love moldy cheese. I want all the blue cheese and a salad with balsamic vinaigrette over the top.
Yeah, that's good. I was thinking like bad cheese, like cheese that it's turned. You open your refrigerator and you got the Kraft singles. Well, those don't turn because they're not made of anything.
I was gonna say they can
that's
stay
made of
fresh
oil.
forever.
But like you just like regular cheese you get at the deli counter at Hy-Vee or something like that. It's been in there for 3 weeks because we don't have any food because you didn't eat any of it.
There's blue spots all over.
Yeah,
the cheese.
yeah. That's what I thought you were talking about. Like moldy cheese day was about.
Am I an animal that if like the corner of my pepper jack cheese has blue, I just rip the corner off and put the cheese on the sandwich?
No, that's the way to do it. That's fine.
I wondered. Yeah, I was like, yeah. Well, it spreads throughout.
Have you ever had food poisoning before?
Oh yeah,
I'm sure you have. Right?
Yeah.
Have you had food poisoning before? It's awful. I don't want to get food poisoning, so I'm very particular about that stuff. Because back to that Boomer Esiason story, actually about food poisoning, he was talking about somebody called up to WFAN yesterday. He's like, can we pull the fire alarm in the hotel to get the Blue Jays up and stuff like that? And Boomer goes, actually, remember the Bo Jackson game when he blew out his hip? Well, the hotel they stayed in the night before got all the Bengals food poisoning. Oh. And so I'd never heard this story before. And Boomer's like, at 4 a.m., I've got an IV. He goes, I played for the Bengals. I'm surprised I could afford an IV. He goes, I didn't even think we had doctors on the sideline. That's how cheap they were. And so I was just kind of laughing at that because back then, like in whatever that was, 1990 or whatever, they were like the going rogue at the hotel and giving 4 stars for the Bengals came the food poisoning and they ended up losing that game. Where are the Lions staying?
Ask Tammy. I bet she knows. Yesterday was kind of interesting when it came to Bill Belichick news because a lot of times we, get home and, you have the issue of not being able to put your phone down and then you start going down rabbit holes of all this sort of stuff. And, I'm just casually sitting there on the couch, watching television, watching national media about what sports topics they're getting into, how they're, finding the narratives of all of them. And then I come across Ollie Connolly, and he has this thread that at first I'm like, okay, is this parody? Is this not true? Oh, boy. Per sources, Bill Belichick has discussed buyout options with North Carolina's hierarchy. Belichick has signaled a willingness to trigger his own $1 million buyout if he can find a soft landing with another team or in media. Part 1. I don't think any other team's going to take a flyer on Bill Belichick, so that's out.
But you're talking college or pro or both?
I mean, both.
Would you, if you were an owner of an NFL team or an athletic director at a college, would you even consider Bill Belichick at this point in time?
I mean, maybe if you're the Ravens, because they've lost their defensive identity, and I think he could still hang on to that sort of narrative that he could fix a defense. But I don't know. I think it might just be over.
He'd be one of the last guys I would talk to at this point in time. I think the game has passed this dude by. Clearly, life has, too.
Part 2. Members of Belichick's coaching staff have already spoken to other schools that are expected to be in the college football playoff about taking on roles during the postseason. From one coach, the Rats are leaving the ship.
I don't blame them.
Some staffers believe a change will come within 2 weeks.
You got to take care of you in this situation, man.
Part 3. Reports of a serious recruiting violation remain under investigation at UNC. Recruiting and practice violations have already been proven by the school, according to multiple sources. Part 4.
Well, what do you expect when you hire a guy that had no experience?
And comes from a line of
cheating.
Right. Using a recruit violation to knock down a coach's buyout has become a standard practice. If Belichick cannot find a landing spot to trigger his own buyout, he's expected to accept a greatly reduced, compromised rate. Belichick's communication with his staff the past 2 weeks has been described as, quote, weird and, quote, distant by multiple members of UNC's coaching staff. Multiple coaches were unable to get a hold of him during the UNC's bye week. From one UNC defensive assistant, quote, what we've done to these kids is effed up.
That's the quote right there for me that really jumps out, stands out, and makes me go, it is time to make a change. When you have another coach on a staff talking about his boss and saying what we did to these kids is effed up, I feel bad for those kids. They went and signed with North Carolina thinking A, and they've been given Z. I mean, it wasn't even B. it's been an absolute disaster for Bill Belichick. And, one of the stations in Charlotte the other night did a story, an expose on this thing. And I watched it. I was like, holy cow, the stuff that's going on, the divide that's in the locker room, the way that they're treating the parents. There were some illegal violations, as you mentioned. I guess they were giving parents free tickets, and the parents were turning around and selling those tickets for cash. I mean, I can understand the old days when there wasn't NIL. Most of these guys are getting cash now to play college football, and so the parents don't need to be selling the tickets, but they're doing it anyway because money's money. But I just think North Carolina made a grave mistake. And sometimes in life, you have to realize, you know what? It's better to admit your mistake and get out of this situation than trying to be, I'm smarter than everybody else, and this was the right decision, and we're going to continue down this road with Bill Belichick. It's not going to get better at North Carolina. The guy doesn't know how to play the game, okay? And what I mean by the game is when you're a college coach, you're not a coach, you're an ambassador for the program, and you've got to do everything that Bill Belichick doesn't want to do, like be nice, be friendly, kiss ass, beg people for money to continue to support your program. And when the people that are supporting your that's what you have to do. I mean, you have to get that money. I mean, some school announced the other day, I think it was Texas Tech, they're getting $50 million again for their NIL or something like that.
Big ones at Jayhawks on Saturday under the lights.
But you got to kiss ass for these guys to give them that money. They want to be loved up. These guys that give money are absolutely brilliant at business. They're smart. They're millionaires, billionaires. They've conquered the world. They've got all this cash. But the one thing they never really truly had, I believe, in life, which is why they do this, is that ability to be part of that team and be part of sports. And they've always liked sports, but they were never good enough to be in it. So now they write checks to be part of it. They're buying their way in. And when people are writing those big-time checks, as the head football coach at a university, it is more important to talk to Daddy Warbucks than it is to worry about your X's and O's. And if you're not willing to talk to Daddy Warbucks about what's going on with the program and giving him all the information he wants, you're not cut out to be a college coach. And I think that's where Bill Belichick is right now. He thinks this is the NFL, and it couldn't be any further from the NFL at the collegiate level.
I want to ask both of you this because I think this is where the oddness started, which was the Jordan Hudson situation. Somebody in the text line from the 816 says, I would hire Belichick if he broke up with the girlfriend.
I wouldn't hire him for that either, though. I saw what he was in New England without the girlfriend.
No, I'd absolutely hire him. What he was in New England without the girlfriend. Yeah, he made the playoffs with Mac Jones.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch Bill Belichick. I think he's antiquated. I know Andy Reid is the greatest of all time. Andy Reid is one with multiple quarterbacks. I mean, yeah, he made the playoffs with Mac Jones right after that first year with Tom Brady, and then it got
11
bad
and 6 with Matt Castle,
and then it got bad really, really fast after that. And look, there are aberrations to everything. I think Bill Belichick is a benefit of Tom Brady. He's a benefit of Lawrence Taylor. Without those guys, Bill Belichick is not even considered a football coach at this. But nobody knows who that guy is. Two guys made Bill Belichick's career, Tom Brady and Lawrence Taylor. Without those two guys, he is complete and total ass. And being a football coach at the collegiate level, whoever made that decision to hire Bill Belichick should also probably be fired because you didn't do your due diligence on that guy and you didn't realize what you were getting. You fell in love with a name. Ooh, Bill Belichick. Let's go out and get this guy. He's going to be great for our program. He couldn't be anything worse for your program than what you have right now. A college football coach needs to be somebody that is a uniter, that brings everybody together, that understands how to play the game, almost like a politician at a collegiate university. And Bill Belichick isn't that guy.
I don't think Bill Belichick is ass. I think if we're going to take 2 years and scrutinize his entire legacy, I think that's a little much because I think the problem with Bill in New England, which is a problem that maybe we will see in other franchises. Maybe we're seeing one in Baltimore. The end of an era.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the defense is gone. That era is gone. That's what, Harbaugh. And sometimes it's you gotta let it go. You gotta move on from that. Or maybe he, again, like Max said, he took Matt Jones to the playoffs. Like he's got something. He knows what he's doing. You don't do it that long, that successful for that amount of time. I never liked the North Carolina hire. I thought that was kind of just one of those things where, like, nobody hired me in the NFL because it's not because he's a bad coach, Bob. It's because he wants total control.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he can't have. And we saw why Andy Reid in Philadelphia had to go because he had total control.
And he realized it, yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's the case. I think where Bill Belichick would be better is if it was like when Ned Yost told us in an interview, and I know we got to go to a break and we will here shortly, but Ned Yost is like, first couple of years with my staff, I didn't trust him. I made all the decisions. And then the year they went to the World Series, and the next year he was like, whatever you boys need to do, let me know when I need to get in the room. But I know what I think you want to do, but you guys let me know, we'll consult. The problem with Bill Belichick is ego and too much control.
Well, and there you said it. Ned wasn't like that. He was able to change because he said when he came from Milwaukee.
But before that, Ned was very egotistical.
Oh, absolutely. But also got knocked down a peg, got fired right before the playoffs, and realized, okay, I've got to be more loosey-goosey, to steal a term, right? I've got to let my players have more of an impact. I've got to be more of a players-friendly manager because he said, I got 25 guys. I need to adjust to them. They don't need to adjust to me. I'm the old man now. This is a new generation. I need to get that figured out. Can Bill Belichick be that guy that looks in the mirror and goes, I'm the problem, like Ned did when he left Milwaukee?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, what was the guy's name? J.J. Hardy, that was his guy out in Milwaukee, I think. But I think that if Bill did that, where he's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to worry about the defense, and I'm going to be the head coach. You go, I'll get a general manager, I'll get a president, I'll get all these sort of things. You saw how it worked with Andy. I think it could work because Andy didn't really do it in the playoffs until he got Patrick Mahomes.
That's exactly right.
So, I mean, a quarterback is a huge component, and that whole thing is there. Speaking of Andy Reid, he said something yesterday in the press conference that I loved Andy Reid saying. We'll get into it, plus Golden Locks coming up on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, you guys know how much I love going to Hy-Vee, and I do. It's one of my favorite things to do, going into Hy-Vee and grocery shopping and seeing all the great folks that work there and all the people I know from the produce department to the meat department, all over the place. I love Hy-Vee. I love seeing my man KJ at 135th and Antioch behind the fish counter, always getting the freshest seafood at Hy-Vee. But sometimes I get too busy, as we all do, right? I got 2 kids in high school right now. Every night there's something going on, and sometimes I just can't get into the store. That's why I love the convenience of ordering groceries with Hy-Vee's aisles online. And it's easy, folks. Just download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com. Choose your store, select your items. Hy-Vee will do all the shopping, and then you can either go pick it up or have it delivered to your home. Try it today. New customers will get $10 off your first aisles online purchase with code. Save time, save money. What could be better? Only at Hy-Vee.
Danon Hughes here. I've seen a lot of stat lines in my playing days, but these numbers, they caught my attention. Flight by Yingling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and all the crisp, refreshing flavor you want in a light beer. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, so you know it's got some serious history behind it. If you're into stats and taste, you're gonna love this beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Danon Hughes. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Good morning, Casey's Country. Darn good coffee's now 49 cents when you buy any breakfast sandwich or burrito. Some are calling it a great deal. I call it sensational. I'm so sorry. Bad joke. Good deal, though. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. See store for details.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, I'm Nancy Cartwright. You may know me better as the voice of Bart Simpson. On Simpsons Declassified, we're diving into the mysteries that keep the Simpsons forever young. Have you ever wondered how the Simpsons regularly predicts future events? Who better to ask than the show's creators, performers, and writers, the celebrity guests? Be sure to follow and listen to Simpsons Declassified wherever you get your podcasts.
BetMGM is inviting you to charge the field this pro football season. Existing BetMGM customers can have a ball without having to sweat. Log into your account to get a pro football no sweat token. Apply the token to your next pro football bet. If you lose with the token attached, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. That's right, with a no sweat token, you get your stake back in bonus bets if you don't win. There's nothing like a fresh set of downs. And that's just what BetMGM is offering if you don't win with a no-sweat token. Find your favorite matchup and be part of the action. Make this pro football season one for the ages. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Today, expect partly sunny skies with a high of 74.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
We'll get to Alice Gold here in about 5 minutes. This comes from Mackenzie Nelson, fan of the show, and was in the roundtable last Friday as she quote tweeted Andy Reid yesterday after his press conference that he gave as they spoke for the first time for the week against the Detroit Lions. And his press conference ends, and it ends with a quote. And the quote that it ended with is simple. Andy Reid ends his presser with, "We got to score more points."
Yep.
Boy, do I love hearing that, because we sit here and we say we want more out of Harrison Butker, we want more out of Chris Jones. One thing that I can say from my group of friends, from people on the text line, from Twitter to Instagram to everything, Facebook, you name it, when are they going to keep the foot on the gas pedal?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It makes you nauseous asking that question all the time. And we want to see it, right? And Nate Taylor, who joined us earlier of ESPN, even he said, quit playing with your food.
Right, yeah.
You know, go do it.
Was he talking to his kid at that point?
Which one? And that's the thing about this Chiefs team that I want to see actually happen for one damn time in my life is if you're up 17-0 at halftime and you get the ball back, go do it again and continue to do it. Because as much as I fantasize about Detroit's offense with Gibbs and Montgomery and St. Brown and Williams and all these guys, they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay will do it. And I don't necessarily think in the back of Andy's mind, he's thinking, I've got to be professional. Andy Reid is by far and away the most professional head coach in the game just because of the way he carries himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like every team, no matter what their record is, we could play the damn Jets this week and he'd say, we're looking to the challenge of the Jets.
That's right.
Right? And we all know the only thing that's a challenge in the Jets is the team, the Jets.
And which, by the way, the Broncos have the Jets this week,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
in London.
In London. And Bo Nix just came out and said the Jets is not a trap game for them. So
you have the Jets winning?
I may be
on a heater.
I know. I may be taking the Jets. I got to give it another day to think about it, but I'm starting to think I may be taking the Jets in this game.
Okay.
You're right about Andy Reid. The problem is Andy Reid has never done this before. Like, we've talked about it for years. Andy, please go out and embarrass somebody, right? And now we're at that point, I think, with us as fans and whatnot. We need to see you go out and embarrass somebody. And I want them to go ahead and do that when they have the opportunity to do that. The other thing is, we really haven't had that opportunity the last couple of years with the offense the way that it's been. But you know what, Dusty? We have that ability now to go do that. I just saw something, from one of the nerd stats out there, most points per drive. I think that's a good stat to look at. Chiefs are 5th in the NFL at points per drive, right? The Colts are number 1, which Daniel Jones.
Well, that's because they have the owner on the field.
That's right.
With notes.
Well,
it's working.
How many more owners are going to start going down there taking notes and wearing headsets if the Colts end
Clark?
No, you don't need to see this from the owners. I think it's ridiculous, quite honestly. And then you have Buffalo, Detroit, Dallas, great offenses in the league, and the Chiefs are number 5 right now. So for the first time in a couple of years, Dusty, we have the opportunity to go out there and embarrass somebody, and I think they need to do that. I'm with you. Score more points. And we've been begging Andy to keep the foot on the throttle.
I don't know. Look, I understand how you could be pissed in a baseball game if you're up 9-0 and you send Kyle Isbell up there to lay down a bunt. That's kind of unsportsmanlike. But scoring points in the NFL early and often has nothing to do with the terminology of unsportsmanlike.
Not at all. How many 14-point leads dissipated this weekend in the NFL, including our own?
Right. And to me, the thing is that will show so much to this team, because when they took away the deep ball and the Chiefs were able to just score points after points after points, it was fun for the quarterback. Now it seems like we've taken that fun from the quarterback and made him be professional, right? You've gone from after hours to the morning show. You can't, do the same stuff, but you can, because if you don't, it's not going to be the show that we want.
Right.
Per se, Bob Fescoe. Continue to be you. I know that your time slot is not 6 to 9 p.m. It's now 6 to 10 a.m., but I don't want you to change. I don't want this team to change. I want this team to go out there and absolutely obliterate people. Like, it's okay to score points in the NFL because everybody can score quickly, and Detroit will do that to you. And if Detroit beats the Chiefs 51-17 and they score 14 points in the fourth quarter when they already have 41 or they already have 38 on the board, no one's going to look at it and be like, well, Detroit's just unsportsmanlike. They put up way too many points. They're going to look at it as like, man, Detroit kicked the absolute blank out of the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend.
Yeah.
There's no unsportsmanlike no, there's none of that.
There's no unwritten rules in the NFL like with your baseball analogy, right? That's like, that's one of the unwritten rules of baseball. We just don't do that.
Get them out. Stop them.
The NFL's like play defense and stop us. Yeah.
Right.
And Andy, that's like one of the things, like I look at Andy, I'm like, I wish you had that kind of instinct in you where you're not afraid or not afraid, but not wanting to go out there and embarrass another team unless they've pissed you off like the Bears did with the way they treated Matt, and they went up and put 41 on them. Use that going forward as motivation to go out there and beat everybody into oblivion.
Right. Like when I went to Omaha with Alex Gold, I didn't tell him stop getting numbers. It's embarrassing me. He didn't do that. He said, go get your own. Yeah. Go get your own. That is segue to this.
Welcome back to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan. It's time for Golden Locks with Alex Gold.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this thing. It's simply too good.
Better believe it. We got a text that referenced Alex Gold. My girlfriend watches you guys with me, and she said you should name this segment Gorgeous Gambling Gold.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'll take it.
I'm in on that. I have no problem doing that.
I mean, I like it. Why wouldn't I?
Comes from good genes,
That's a man with his girlfriend.
That's right.
Telling him that in the moment of watching us.
Yeah, what's going on there? I will say,
brother.
I had it. It was difficult for me to run in
Look
here.
Look how he kicked back and put his leg up after that.
The leg was already up. The leg was already up. The leg was already up, Bob.
Your redwood?
The leg was already up. No,
Alex, if you were a tree.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
What tree would you be?
I think an oak tree, Bob.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Wise, strong.
An oak tree. Would
big,
be
girthy.
That's right. That's right. No, I struggled to get in here. I was falling down like a baby giraffe. I was trying to run in here, so it was tough for me, guys, to make my way in studio today. People snitch on every show. You guys know that? We were talking about this yesterday. Every listener, we appreciate you guys for listening all day. Like, you guys snitch on every other show. People will say, did you hear what Dusty and Bob said about you? And then I'm sure you guys get texts occasionally. Did you hear what Cody or Gold or C-Dot said about you? Yeah. So, people were snitching on you guys yesterday. I never heard the audio.
Well,
I'm like,
the
what are you
video's
talking
out
about?
there. I mean, we used to call you, Cody and Gump back in the day.
We were saying, though, other than the combine, though, what have you? I won the hot dog derby. Thank you very much, Bob. But
that's more your speed, Alex.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday. Multiple people were texting. We're like, what are they talking about? We never found the audio or whatever. But
all we said was Nathan said he's the slowest man on earth, and I said, do you think you could beat Gold in a 40-yard dash? And he said no.
I honestly think between him, me, it would all be very close. Like I don't think you'd win running away, and I don't think I would either.
I wasn't in the conversation. You just put me in the conversation.
No, the text line said you.
No. Nathan said he goes, I'm the slowest guy at the station.
I had nothing to do with it.
Dusty said.
The text line tries to stir the pot.
Yeah,
they lie. The text line sometimes can be a
chode.
Yeah. So you never can believe everything they say.
That's exactly right. They take one thing and take it out of context. It happens a lot these days.
No, I never said I would beat you in a race. I just said Nathan, because Nathan's baseball coach from Little League and he said Nathan would turn doubles into singles.
Right.
And he's like, dude, I'm the slowest person on earth. And I was like, well, Gold's not very fast. Do you think you beat Gold in a race?
Definitely not.
And that was it. And he said, no, absolutely not. And then he's like, well, we used to call Cody and Gold Cody and Gump.
Yeah, because I'm Alex Gump. I mean, because you ran like Forrest Gump breaking out of those braces at the combine.
Yeah, that was not a good showing.
Hey, we all have those moments.
But then I won the hot dog derby. That's all I got to say. We got another person on my show that's 0-4. So
yeah,
anyway.
I'm 0-1, but I didn't realize we were starting. And I was like, oh. And I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to run in that thing.
You took a shower right after.
I know.
It was August.
It was great. It was nasty. Do you smell those hot dogs?
Wow. So he was like ketchup number 48.
That was back when I could still smell. And yes, by July, the suit's terrible.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah.
I'm surprised you got in that wiener.
Look, man, sometimes you take one for the team, right?
I guess so. Men's wieners. I really want to talk to you about KU and Texas Tech this weekend.
Okay, let's do it.
14.5 for Texas Tech.
The one game he didn't tell us about.
I know. That's why I brought it. Then we'll get into the slate. Then we'll get into the slate. 14.5.
I talked about it last night on the show.
Yeah, how'd that go? First one of the season?
Yeah, Wednesday night, 6
So
o'clock.
you're back?
That betting show is back. We'll be doing that. That one, Bob. That one. Look, it's a large spread. I think Kansas's offense will be able to at least put up enough points where they can stay within 2 touchdowns. They're not going to win this football game. Texas Tech, truly the best roster money can buy. All the money that they added to NIL, it's paying off for them. I think they are co-favorites. I haven't looked at the Big 12 odds, honestly. At one point, I think they were. Maybe they still are. No, and then Iowa State at one point was. Iowa State lost to Cincinnati, who looks better than people thought.
Not a bad loss now.
Cincinnati loss does not look bad. It looks a little bit different now. Yeah. It does.
You lost to one of the better teams in the SEC, and you lost to maybe one of the better teams in the Big 12.
Yeah, I think they can. If Hang is just covering 14.5, I think Kansas can do that.
Are they out of the national championship conversation?
Kansas. You say that, Bob. So the Big 12 convo is the one that's still real.
Yeah.
If Kansas, seriously, I don't think it's going to happen. But if Kansas were to beat Texas Tech, they would absolutely still have a shot at getting a path to the Big 12 title game. I know that people will laugh at that, but that is the reality if they win. I don't think they're going to beat Texas Tech, though. I think Texas Tech is the real deal. But 14.5, the offense and the creativity that they have is they will be able to score. I don't think they can stop Texas
the thing.
Tech.
They can't stop anybody.
That defense is awful.
So we're betting the over.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the total is, but yeah.
75.
My guess is it's 60-something, Bob. Yeah, it's probably a very, very high total. It is actually, I don't know if it's the highest, it's third highest of the week, something like that. It is sitting at 58.5.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually lower. The Alabama-Missouri game, just for context, the total for that's 51.5 So
that's kind of low.
Not terribly far off.
Yeah, that's kind of low.
I do like, while we're on college football, though, real quick, I would say then, I do think Alabama can cover. Missouri still has a path, whether they win or lose, to getting to the college football playoff. Remember, they have some wiggle room with the schedule down the stretch. If they beat Alabama, then to me, I think they are going to the college football playoff, because at that point you start looking, even if they were to drop one later on to Oklahoma, it sets up nicely. I just think this is a big step up in competition for Missouri in this spot. Alabama's already played in a hostile road environment, as we all know, a week or two ago against Georgia. Mm-hmm. So I think Bama will be able to get their wide receivers, not just Ryan Williams, but Bernard, who's actually the better receiver. I know Ryan Williams is the kid everybody talks about because he's like 18 years old or whatever. But they will be able to exploit that Missouri defense, and so I think they'll cover the 3.5.
You do think they'll be able able to because Missouri's one of the
Alabama,
best defenses in the nation, right? I think I saw something yesterday. They're the only school in America that has a top 4 offense and a top 5 defense, or top 4 defense, top 4 offense. How much of that, though, is based on you did play UMass like 3 times already this year?
Some of it's slanted to that. Now, overall, now they're going to start paying for it with the opponents, but overall, their schedule, before the season started, everybody was like, oh, their schedule's pretty easy. They actually do have one of the tougher schedules in the country. It's just now happening. The rest of the season is when it's going to kick in. Remember, they haven't had a road game yet.
That's true. They have not left Columbia.
But if they find a way to beat Alabama, to me, they're going to the college football playoff.
So tonight, we like Saquon Barkley a lot?
Yeah, so 2 bets that I like in the Thursday night game. Eagles, Giants. Eagles are 7.5-point favorites. The total at 40.5. I'm going to stay away from the spread. Short week, divisional game. I'm not laying 7.5 with Philly. I do think they win. I'm not saying that they won't win. I just don't think they can cover, at least not confident enough to put money. But Saquon Barkley over 84.5 rushing yards. You and I were talking before the show. That is the bet that I like tonight. Giants 29th in yards per attempt given up. Saquon is off to a slower start, certainly, than last year on a historical season. He's only averaging 54 yards per game.
This is what Saquon Barkley does,
This is a game where I think, after coming off a loss, it's a short week. Lean in on the running game and that offensive line that you have. And then the Giants just defensively and with where they play on these night games. We brought this up when the Chiefs played them 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. The Giants are 2-20, just outright winners in night games, and 1-12 at MetLife. So they just don't perform well at night games, period.
Well, they don't just perform well, period. Well, I mean, but it's interesting for me, and I don't know how you factor this into the betting world, but I would look at the number for Barkley tonight, and I would hammer the over because they didn't run last week. They've been criticized all week. They had a players-only meeting that lasted a couple of hours. Like, stuff like that I look at, and I think, okay, I can kind of read the room. I've been around for a while. I've seen this before. I expect Saquon Barkley to have a pretty big night. How often do you factor all of that kind of stuff in?
Yeah, I mean, narrative is stuff like you don't want to lean in it too much. I think a divisional game also on a Thursday changes it just a little bit. We've talked a lot about the Thursday games. I also think, though, based on how close or low scoring, I should say, the game I believe will be, that to me also leads you to running the football more. It's why even on like the other side, Jackson Dart last night on that betting show, we were talking about his pass attempts, and someone was like, they liked his over, and I'm like, I versus rushing,
30.5 for passing attempts for Dart.
Yeah, and I think the only way he gets there though is if they're getting blown out. If it's a low scoring game, even if it doesn't feel like they're in it, then to me, they're not going to get to got 41 pass attempts last week, Jackson Dart did. Well, they had multiple turnovers late in the game, and they got behind, and they just started throwing like crazy. So I think the under overall for the game is another bet. Those are the 2 bets I like. Saquon over, and then under 40.5. It opened at 42.5 for this game. The Eagles, pace of play and all that kind of nerdy metric stuff, 17th, and the Giants are in EPA per play, 5th worst in the league. So this, to me, will be a lower scoring game, even though the Eagles, if they're going to cover, it's going to have to be with a late touchdown or something. I don't like the cover, but this probably won't be the most exciting Thursday night game.
What about Chiefs? How are they a 2.5-point favorite this week and a 2.5-point dog 2 weeks ago to Baltimore?
Yeah, so, a couple things. I think people are nationally at least admitting, even if they're still not talking about the Chiefs being the same, they're all admitting that the offense is heading in the right direction. I mean, you're even seeing more and more of that narrative. Everybody understanding that, like, oh, yeah, they don't have Rice back, and yet the offense was not the problem.
No.
Yes, Mahomes threw a pick six, okay? He's not going to throw a bunch of those, all right? I don't know. He's probably only thrown like 3 in his entire career, or 2 in his entire career. I don't know what the number is on that. So it's the fact that games at home, you get 1.5, 1.7 points for being a home team these days. It's not 3 anymore. So that factors in here. And then the Lions have injuries. I know you guys probably have hit on that with their secondary. Yep. So you got a Chiefs offense playing better. You've got multiple corners out for the Detroit Lions. So I do like Kansas City in the spot. And yes, someone will text in and say, you like Kansas City last week? Yes, I did. Yes, I did like Kansas City last week.
They were in well control of that game.
They should have won that football game. So yeah, Chiefs minus 2.5. If you were lucky enough on Monday late after the Chiefs game, you could have got them at -1. It's still under the key number, but obviously that'd be the better one. Basically, you're just about to pick them at that point in time. So yeah, I like the over in the game, 52.5, and I like the Chiefs to win. The Lions average 34.8 points per game. The Chiefs typically, it's weird when they go up against an offense that averages over 30, they raise the bar as well. So there's a trend since 2023. If Mahomes goes up against an opponent that scores 30 plus points per game, that's happened 5 times since 2023. They're 5-0 in those games, the Chiefs are, and they win by an average of 9.5 points.
Wow.
So, if you believe in this, they're like, all right, they know they got to bring their A game because that offense is going to put up points. There is something to that. Mahomes usually, their better performances come against an opponent where they know they got to score. And I think some of that goes to the conversation that we're going to have on our show to begin the early hour, and that is the aggressiveness part. I think Andy Reid will be more aggressive in this game because he respects the Lions and what they can do offensively. Sometimes I feel like he'll play an opponent and his aggressiveness completely shifts week to week.
Yeah, we were just kind of talking about that before you came in. He said he wants to score more, and we've been saying that for years. But now you have the offense that's capable of doing it, right? I mean, you've got the offense that's capable of going out there and scoring. New England and New Orleans this weekend. You love that game.
Yeah, I do. And we all saw what happened last Sunday night. New England, impressive win. They go into Orchard Park, get the victory. And on one hand, you might say, okay, well, is this kind of a trap? They're playing the Saints on the road. They're feeling themselves a little bit and all that. Patriots are 3.5-point favorites. So, yes, we are talking about the hook there, which always scares people. It's past the key number. I think the Patriots are for real, though, guys. I really do. I think Drake May, if you look at some of the numbers behind his second year and you compare it to other second-year quarterbacks, he's on par the beginning of his second year, which it gets complicated because we all know Mahomes didn't start his rookie year, so technically his second year was his first year. You really following me on that one?
Yep.
His numbers are very similar to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes. Point is, he's playing very, very well in year two as the starting quarterback in the league. And Mike Vrabel, I think, is starting to get his identity across to that team as well. And they are playing with a ton of confidence. And the Saints getting a win last week makes me feel even better about this bet. This isn't a Saints team that's like so desperate for a win. Now, they got their first win, and they're still not any good. They're not any good. I like the Patriots to go down there and win comfortably. That'll be one I'm submitting for our Circa Millions, where after the 0-5 start, Bob, we're now in the top 100 of the Circa contest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That is fantastic.
Everybody's hot right now.
So you get $1 million if you win this thing?
If you win it, it's like $6 million or something. It breaks it down by quarter.
Are you in the winning money?
Currently, if it were to end today, we would tie for 98th. With way too many people, so we would get a very, very small.
But you'd still get something.
Yeah, very, very small. What I want to convince everybody, if we have another 4-1 or 5-0 week, and we get to where we're tied for like 20th, which if we go 5-0, we probably would be, because we're only 2 picks away from. If everybody can do the same thing, but if we would have had 2 more right, if we would have gone 2-3 in week 1 instead of 0-5, we'd be tied for 30th right now. So we're not that far off.
Yeah.
If we
so
do that,
you're like the Chiefs right now.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You can sell equity in your. There's a marketplace. You can sell equity in your thing. So if we get. We own 100% of the entry right now. Each one of us technically accounts for like 16% of the entry. We all chipped in. And we could, if we get to a point where we're high enough, we could sell 25%.
Under the garage, you will be, yeah.
Sell 25% of the entry, Dusty. And if I told everybody to just get ready to get their entry money back, would everybody be for that? I don't know. Like we could sell 25%.
How much was the entry?
$1,000.
So
each person's only in like 200.
Okay, but you would sell 25, so that's $250 roughly,
Yeah.
Net positive. Buffalo
Lock-in money.
Buffalo blows out Atlanta?
No.
Okay.
No. I actually like Atlanta to cover. They're the home team here. The latest number, unless it moved last night, was 4.5. The Bills 4.5-point favorites. I think the Bills defense keeps teams in the game.
I do too. I hate their defense.
Bijan Robinson, I think he's going to run all over them. It's also one of those I'm keeping an eye on for like, do I sprinkle a little money line parlay or money line bet on the Falcons to upset the Bills outright? I haven't got there yet, but I think they can cover because the Bills defense keeps teams in games. Bijan to me will have a huge day. This is not about Josh Allen. He's going to do his thing. It's more about the Bills defense. They go on the road. And so I kind of like this. That's one of the doubleheader Monday night games, I believe.
Oh my God, we got 2 of those this week.
Do you like the doubleheaders?
Come on.
For you, well, you guys don't because you got to go to bed early.
It ruins Sundays, man. We're ruining Sunday.
Well, it definitely hurts Red Zone.
The noon and 3 windows. We're ruining that by constantly putting more games in different spots, man.
I'll give you that. I think it hurts Red Zone and the ability for that. And now we're also in the time where we get all these international games too. So you're losing you got an 8:30 game and you have 2 Monday night games. So I hear what you're saying. When the Chiefs
bastardizes Sunday afternoon,
it does. When the Chiefs play Sunday Night Football, I love it though because Red Zone all day. Like that's my favorite.
I'll take
thing.
a noon game every day.
Well, you get one next week.
I know.
Raiders
Can't wait.
noon.
Full
You're going,
tailgate.
so you love
Let's
that.
go. Bust it up, Ralph.
Yeah.
Bob's got the Jets beating the Broncos this weekend.
I don't have that yet. I'm getting closer. But
what's the thought process?
Well, first of all, the Jets are 0-5 right now.
Yes,
and I just
no takeaways.
Right. And I just saw the Broncos sit there and say, Bo Nix, this isn't a trap game. And I'm like, oh, God.
Coming off a huge win.
Coming off a
London.
huge win, smelling their armpits, flying to London.
It would be funny.
It's the Jets who are 0-5. It's got everything set up to be just like I thought with the Giants and Chargers 2 weeks ago. I'm kind of getting that vibe right now.
Broncos 7-point favorites, Bob. So you like the Jets +7 at least then?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a game. I do.
If you like them to win outright, +315.
I'm not there yet, but maybe by tomorrow, maybe by Saturday. I got to hear more what's coming out of this Denver Bronco team. But seeing that this is not a trap game, oh, brother, it is.
Other than equity in your thing, what do you got coming up today on Cody and Gold?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that aggressiveness that we were just mentioning, and I think it's kind of interesting. And also Shamari Connor, and he's getting a lot of heat this week for his performance. And I put some of this on the coaching staff. We'll dive into some of the numbers there. I think they're asking him to do a little too much. We'll kind of get into that because there's some bad comps from prior Chiefs players that are popping up with Shamari Connor that has some people nervous.
People want to know where they can find the betting show. Is it on the Odyssey app?
It is on the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts as well. You can subscribe. That betting show is Wednesday nights, 6 o'clock right here.
All right, buddy. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you for
Alex.
Golden Locks. That's Alex Gold. Catch him in about 15 minutes with Cody and Drew from 10 to 2. Coming up, we wrap this show up on the other side of 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, you heard me mention the Raider game and the tailgate, and that means we're probably going to be thinking about Smokehouse Barbecue like everybody should for your tailgates out at Arrowhead. It makes it so easy when we go to Smokehouse Barbecue and say, hey, let's get a couple of slabs of ribs, let's get some burnt ends, let's get some hickory pit beans, let's grab some wings, and let's do the tailgate the right way. And that's with the delicious food from Smokehouse Barbecue. Nothing screams a tailgate better than having those ribs and burnt ends and hickory pit beans and wings for everybody to enjoy at the tailgate. And Smokehouse Barbecue can do it for you, whether you're tailgating at home or whether you're tailgating on the road or whether you're going to a high school game this weekend. It doesn't matter. Smokehouse Barbecue is there for all of your catering needs. And when you dine in at Smokehouse Barbecue, choose Tuesdays. Here's the tip on why Tuesdays. Because in Gladstone, in Independence, and Zona Rosa, every Tuesday, kids are going to eat for $1.99 when you order an adult entree. So you can check them out at one of those 3 locations or place all of your catering orders at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
Men, if the long lines to the bathroom have been holding you back from attending sporting events and you're waking up in the middle of the night dealing with frequent urination, it could be an enlarged prostate. Jeff Montgomery here to talk about the minimally invasive procedure I had that made a big difference. I went to Dr. Brown at Miva Medical, the leader in minimally invasive treatments in Kansas City. The procedure was quick and easy, and I'm very happy with the result. Don't put up with being uncomfortable. Contact Miva Medical. That's MIVA-medical.com.
Well, my friends over at Underdog are ready for you in the state of Missouri. That's right. You heard me right. In the state of Missouri, you can select entries and win money right now in Missouri. And football season is now in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Hey, we got a Thursday night game. I love Thursday night games when it comes to the Underdog app. Make a couple of selections of which guys I think are going to have good nights. I think Saquon Barkley, I'm going to take, higher for the rushing yards on the Underdog app tonight because I think he's going to have a big day. So with football here, the baseball playoffs going on, so much fun can be had on the Underdog app. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. And once you get your entries right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today, sign up with promo code BOB, and score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things, people, love.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know that expression, put a little spring in your step? Well, whoever said it must have been talking about Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with Glide Step, you get a pillow-like soft landing, then an explosive takeoff. It makes walking feel effortless. So springy, it's almost like you're floating. And speaking of effortless, have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins technology? Just step in, and instantly your shoes are on. No bending down and no touching. Try Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Good morning, Casey's Country. Darn Good Coffee's now 49 cents when you buy any breakfast sandwich or burrito. Some are calling it a great deal. I call it sensational. I'm so sorry. Bad joke. Good deal, though. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. See store for details.
When it comes to buying a car, simple wins. Rob Sight Ford has the inventory, the trade values, and the non-commissioned team that puts you first. No pressure, just 4.8 stars on Google for a reason. ROBSIGHT.com.
It's time to build that dream deck over at All Weather Decks. Schedule a free estimate today at 913-206-1974 or online at allweatherdecks.net. All Weather Decks, the right deck at the right price.
You could be on the 50 at GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Enter to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Final segment here on Fescoe and Dusty. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Leggins, Al with you.
Can I read you a stat from baseball, Dusty?
Sure.
Dust Man. Aaron Judge is the second player in Major League Baseball history to bat 600 or better in a postseason series while having multiple hits in every game. The other was Babe Ruth.
That's right.
And people are going to sit around and criticize Aaron Judge. He actually did his part. The other guys did not.
Yeah. It's tough. Kansas City would be a hell of a place to play right field.
It would be, Aaron. If you want to come here, man. JJ, let's go, man.
And 99's available.
It is. Yeah, we can give him that number.
Because we have 99 problems all on the hitting. Pitching ain't one.
No, pitching is not. It's not.
To be fair. So wrapping the show at full circle, the two things I think we hit on the most today is, can this team score points, right? Andy Reid said, we want to score points. We want to score. We want to do that, right? And the other thing that we hit on was the biggest problem with this team is defensive line pressure and just being a unit on the defensive line to be noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Here is from the 33rd team, Week 5 pass protection rankings. And this graphic explains everything that we talked about today. Number 1 in the NFL in Week 5 from the 28 teams that participated in pass protection rankings, our number 1 is?
I'm going to say the Chiefs.
It is the Kansas City Chiefs.
They were great.
You'll want to guess who's dead last?
Detroit.
Absolutely.
Their line sucks right now.
So
Ragnow's not walking through that door.
Nope. So 6-7 when you look at the offensive line protection, when you give Mahomes time to throw, and he can do it, you can score points.
Absolutely.
And if you ever had a moment where you wanted to see this D-line wake up to the advantage it could, Detroit's 28th when it came to Week 5 pass protection.
That's terrible.
So it is both.
Right.
Go out there and put up points with the protection that you have that is continuing more and more to gel. Like, again, I think when they get Rashee Rice back, they may not lose again. Hot take.
No, I don't think that's a hot take at all. I'm on that.
I think they could lose this week. But what if I told you the Chiefs will lose this week, but they never lose again?
Well, I'll sign up for that right now.
Everybody, right?
Because if you lose this week, you're 4 losses, right? Right. And so you're 2-4, and you win out, you're 13-4.
Right. You win the number one. You might get you definitely get the 1 seed because you would beat Buffalo.
Yeah,
you're winning the division.
100%. Yeah, because you would
leaving those losers in the dust.
Right. So, ultimate protection, not protection. Defensive line is an issue. Now you have a wounded duck. You also have the strongest duck in the pond when it comes to the offensive line, according to last week's pressure ratings.
So that is outstanding. I love that. We talked about that the other day. I said, I think that Detroit line stinks. Like, we can get healthy against that Detroit
and you saw their
offensive line
yesterday. DNP.
It was as long as you'd ever seen.
Now, ours had full participant as a walkthrough, so let's
but also,
soften up a little bit.
They're also damaged in the secondary. Like, we can take advantage of that this week. Like, if you get the pass protection going on, right, like the Chiefs have been doing the last 10 quarters, and they've got, Lou Gotts from East Toenail State and his cousin playing in the defensive backfield because everybody else is wounded, you're giving Patrick Mahomes time to pick apart, at best, the secondary that Detroit could offer you. That's not their best secondary. It's their second level of secondary. So now you're saying Patrick Mahomes has an opportunity to stand behind the line that's given him time and pick apart a secondary that, for all intents and purposes, the best that this secondary would be ranked in the NFL would be 33 because they're not one of the best 32 because it's all backups playing. How do you not like our chances offensively in this one?
And if you ever wanted a get-right game for Chris Jones, this is it.
This is an opportunity, dude.
Do it.
And if he goes out there and wrecks it, people will love him on Monday.
This is from PFSN on X. The highest graded defensive tackles in the NFL, according to our DT impact metric. Jeffrey Simmons, number 1, 91.0. DeForest Buckner for the Colts, 88.4.
Jones is 3, yeah.
Yep.
I saw that too. I'm stunned by that.
And Chris Jones is 3rd at 87.8. So, Mac.
But see, this is where stats are foolish, because what has Chris Jones done this year that makes any of that make sense? Nothing. I need the big plays. I need the sacks. I need the moments. You're that guy. I don't need that. I don't need the fallacy of those stats. I saw that. I'm like, well, I don't have a moment from Chris Jones in my mind other than him standing around.
He stopped a couple runs and stuffed up some stuff. And you're looking for. You're looking for like
the batted pass, the
sack.
Yeah,
that's why you get paid the big bucks, though. You were in the conversation, defensive player of the year, second best to Aaron Donald, all this kind of stuff. Well, you need to play that way.
From the text line to wrap up the show with a comical routine: if Aaron Judge wants to come to Kansas City, tell him he can have number 20. And gone.
And so here's the funny thing about that. Aaron Judge could legitimately lift that Frank White statue by himself and throw it into the Missouri River. We wouldn't need to hire anybody else to do that. Aaron Judge would rip that thing out and just toss it in the river. BBL Stinky.
Frank White.
Chode.
Go do something nice for somebody today. You never know. You could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care.
I think today's his last day.
Yesterday was.
Did they have video of him walking out of the office he never went to?
Nope. They sure didn't. But you could do that. Go be nice. Be kind. Be groovy. Kansas City, stay kind. Stay safe. Coming up next is Cody Golden Drew. We'll talk to you tomorrow on a Red Friday.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The